Welcome to the channel of PACIFIC414. Show us this loyalty. Throw yourself onto the subscribe button and submit yourself to the live streams, gaming streams, and so much more. Pathetic earthlings, I command you.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.
Warning. Due to adult language and humor, the following content may not be suitable for any viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following live stream or video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you. No matter the weather outside, Baron Orman Tagge Cashmoney007 and PACIFIC414 are here to bring you the pop culture and entertainment, news, rumors, watch parties, discussions, reactions, reviews, opinion on PACIFIC414 Pop Talk Sunday edition.
Take my authority!
Welcome, one and all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of PACIFIC414 Pop Talk, currently on YouTube and Kick. Trying to adjust some errors with the Rumble side. If we can't get it done for this broadcast, we'll do it for the next broadcast. But today, we are joined, of course, by Baron Orman Tagge and Cashmoney007. It's been a week since our last broadcast here on the PACIFIC414 YouTube channel and Kick channel. And I don't know, guys. Did you have a nice, relaxing week?
Until now.
Ha 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 ha. Very funny. Very funny.
Well, I'm just being honest. I don't want me to kiss your butt. I'm just being honest. I mean, really. I mean, here I am, man.
How about a hug?
Would you like a hug, Baron? Do you need a hug? Okay, Cash, give him a hug.
I would.
No, I gotta find a fat bastard to put up on there sometime. That's
Get
more
in my
me.
belly. Yes. Yeah.
Get in my belly.
Belly. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat ya.
Oh man.
You know, I gotta sit back and watch all those.
Yeah, even when they
movies.
get gross with certain things, those movies are still funny. They just are, all three of them. Like, I think the one is probably the best, but two is still pretty funny, and Goldmember isn't bad.
I love how they wanted to sue over the name.
Yeah, I'm sure, but you know.
Yeah, they wanted to, and they said no. You know, it's like, no, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a joke, man. It's just a spoof. That's when people laughed. I don't know about now.
It's only knew how to laugh, but
Yes.
unfortunately, we don't know how to laugh.
Many of us don't anymore now.
You're right. I don't know how to laugh. I don't know how to laugh. Okay, I'm trying. I'll get better at it. Really honest.
Right.
Yeah, sure you will, Baron. Sure you will.
You know I will. Especially after this.
What are you talking about?
Get in my belly!
All right.
Yeah.
And don't mind me. I'm just trying to get stuff on Rumble.
I know.
Working.
That's why we're
talking. But you know, it's like when Crit was talking about Arcane the other day. He's like, I want you to come back. I said, man, just be patient. It'll come. It'll be here. You know, I want rather be patient for this. I don't want them to rush anything. I like season one a lot, but it took a few episodes for me to start really gravitating towards that show. So,
I'm sorry, what show was that?
Arcane.
Arcane?
Uh-huh.
What show was that?
Did you watch Arcane? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I have.
I think
Yeah, I
you did.
Yeah, I gave it very high praises.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gave it very high.
Goodness. Considering that has something to do with League of Legends, yet you don't even have to watch or play League of Legends to understand that show. But yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know a freaking thing about it. I don't know about it, but the show's good. It stands by itself.
Yes.
And while Mike is working and trying to fix his problems, I will be kind and not raise the pirate flag. But I will say hi to Kathy Skywalker out there.
How could you raise the pirate flag when I'm still here?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. But you're distracted. I just want to say,
Mike still got his paint on,
Yeah.
from the Pro Force.
Yeah, I see that. Arrgh.
Yep.
And want to say hi, good morning, good afternoon to Kathy Skywalker. We had super fan Dan Adam Shawhan. There we go. I can talk this morning. I have a case of the mic.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
I got a case of the mic.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Baron. It's contagious. I'm sorry. There's no cure.
I know there
isn't. No vaccine for it? Oh, man.
No. I've been trying to find.
There's no vaccine either.
I've been trying to find Dr. Fauci, but he's disappeared. I can't find him to get a vaccine for this.
You heard that, YouTube? Yeah, that's right.
Did I push the limit? I'm sorry.
I appreciate it.
Not! Of course, we got Captain Fandom Nerd on the bridge. Welcome on board. And then we have Jet Sparks 373 lurking in their chat as well. So welcome one and all, as Mike would say. Yeah, we've had some pretty interesting discussions, and of course we had a great stream last night on Lord Crit's Everest Productions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I told you like that.
And we discussed the first half of season 1 of Babylon 5. I knew we weren't going to get through the whole season because there's just so much of that show, but half season, it's like,
oh man, season 2, it's like that. It's just the messages in that show. It's just like, can we get this back in sci-fi and a lot of other shows, please? About family and interesting things about religion and these wars and all kinds of crazy stuff. Even the last episode I watched of season 2 had Sinclair in it. He just popped up.
Yeah, I mean, as it goes, and look at the guest stars you had. You had David Warner, David McCallum. You had, of course, Walter Koenig. You had Michael and Sarah in the second season there. I mean, and they're just right out of the woodwork. I mean, we even had Clive Revell, the voice of the Emperor, in season 1. So, of course, I'm not the Emperor. Bastards.
It's crazy. It's just I can't get tired of that show, at least not yet. I can't. It just keeps getting better.
I don't think you're gonna get tired of that show.
I don't know how many times that Phil has said, man, the sets look so much better. He just keeps saying that, and he keeps talking about Garibaldi being a poor man's Bruce Willis, and it got to the point where I have to bring this up, where Crit was about to shut off the show. He couldn't take it anymore. He's triggering Crit so much, it was making me laugh. I'm like, dude, this is Phil, man. Take it or leave it,
Yeah, it's what Phil does. He likes control.
Because he's the devil.
This is just how he feels about things. I don't fault him for it. He just brings it up about 50 times a day.
And I want to say, of course, good morning to the Joker voice.
Joker voice, hello.
Hey, Joker.
But if you're going to invite Phil McCracken onto your stream, expect bullshit, from him. But I love this. Like Crit would go, Well, what do you think about this, Phil? He goes, it's good. It's Babylon 5. Everything's good about it. Anything else? No, it's good. It's Babylon 5. Thank you for that in-depth analysis, Mr. McCracken.
He just, well, I mean, it's just, it might also be because there just hasn't been that many sci-fi shows. There's been a few new ones. I know there's been a few on Apple TV, Apple TV Plus, but I think The Expanse, was
Yeah, a
that
lot of
one?
people
Yeah.
talk about that one. A lot of people talk
I
about
watched
The
some of
Expanse.
that. I don't know what to think. I didn't really get into it, but when I watched Babylon 5, I'm like, I mean, it ticks a lot of I would say the feelings of wow.
Yeah.
This is like, even when Garibaldi and that woman, it's like how he feels like, oh, I had this lease lady, and that was one of the episodes we watched in season 2. I'm not really spoiling too much, but this is the kind of stuff would happen in war, that they would either sleep together, they wouldn't sleep together, and then unfortunately people are going to die. And she was on the list, and Garibaldi's just like, and other people, man, I became friends with them, then now they're gone.
Right. Well, it's interesting on that one, and and who was Franklin's father in that?
Yeah, right.
I mean, good old Captain Terrell himself, without the city eel.
It's just, this is another show that can give you an example of, if you're lost and don't know how to write a character, here you go.
Right.
And I don't want to hear any more comments about how in the 90s and before that there were not strong females. Not this show is a complete example of strong females.
Right.
Ivanova is impressive. Yes.
Well, the thing is there's going to be a future episode, right? People are making a big deal about with the Mandalorian, and he had the 4 strong women charging in on the season finale.
Right.
But they seem to forget that Babylon 5 had, where you had the 3 strong females going out looking for something. I'm not going to say what, but I don't want to spoil anything. But Delin, Talia, not Talia, but it's actually Lita, and good old Commander Ivanova are all on board, and it's like, okay, and it's nothing about the fact that these are people who are out doing a job. And so what? So what? They're all good looking.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if that's what they want, that's what they want to cast. The thing is, like, it's the same thing we've talked about with Borderlands. You see this big character, this big woman. If they made her thin, it would be insulting to her character, because she's supposed to be a big lady. That's how she was made. So why would you ever change that? That's what people don't understand, that no, we don't want any of these changes, a lot of us. We don't want them because it just hurts the integrity of the character. Well, it's crazy to me. Yeah.
Well, how does that affect the body positive crowd? I mean, you had a character who was, chubby, and they made it thin. It's like, where are you? Come on. I mean, and there was no necessity to do it, but it's like crickets. It's just a duplicitous group of people.
Exactly.
Selective outrage, as I like to call it.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the Rumble side isn't cooperating. So what I might have to do for next time is just try to stream it to YouTube and Rumble just to get it to work, because that's how I did my test last night. I didn't try all 3.
Okay.
Meaning YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. So
disappointed.
It's all right. Oh, give me a break, Barrett. It's part of live stream. It doesn't always work out the way you plan.
I've never made a mistake live streaming. Never.
Where is our clip? The hell you say?
Yeah.
Hold on. We got a clip. We got
a clip. Where's the clip?
What the hell you say?
Oh man.
I got a clip for you, Barrett.
You're gone!
Oh no, it started early.
Oh, you're damn right it did. Yeah, we got a weekend.
Man.
There had to be somebody that got kicked off.
This is part of the show. Somebody's gonna get kicked off if they just go too far. That's it. Mike's like, you're gone.
Like the title says, recharged and ready to go. And I want to welcome everybody to this Sunday's edition of Pacific 414 Pop Talk. And we've got some stories to talk about. Whether we get to all of them, that's another thing. But of
Right.
course, one of the stories we are going to be talking about is a story about the new Baldur's Gate 3. And it doesn't mind.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Shut up, Baron. And yes, in case anybody who's watching this for the first time, you might be asking yourself one particular question when it comes to this show in particular. Let me just find the clip.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, there's one particular question anybody who's new to the channel might be asking. And I know Cash knows. I know Baron, even though he's backstage right now, I know he knows which clip I'm referring to.
How about new?
Not that one, Baron. Gosh, you know, you give a guy an inch and he takes a whole friggin' mile. When you make,
If you've got an issue, here's a tissue.
okay, yeah. Well, guess what? Because this pretty much sums up the three of us.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
No!
We've got 3 assholes right now.
Yeah, but which one of us is the asshole that's still sitting down?
Oh man.
Oh my, that's a good question. Yeah.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah. You just got to be careful about fucking a stranger in the ass. Yeah.
So speaking of, you know, doing the deed, is anybody really interested in the new Baldur's Gate 3
I don't know.
game? And the fact that they can have you sleep with a druid while they're a grizzly bear? is anybody really interested in playing a game like that?
Imagine the
people
nail.
are.
Tell me.
You'd be surprised how excited.
Imagine
people are.
the nail marks in the back. You know.
The funny,
No.
the fact that the people actually voted on that is just that's something, but that's society these days.
Which one's
At
the
least
top
some of
and
them. Yeah,
which one's the top and which one's the bottom?
I don't know.
I don't want to know that information,
know.
Baron. I really don't want to know. That's a little bit too much information, if you ask me.
I just want a Baldur's Gate where I play cool characters, make cool looking characters, have a lot of customization, have a fun story. If I want to have cool romance, is fine, but are they going to actually build the romances? They did in stuff like Mass Effect. That's why, you know, it was important, and that's why I remember asking the question. Are you guys satisfied with Mass Effect 3 about the person you chose? And a lot of people, I got tons of comments, over like 200 comments, where people were like, no, I'm not satisfied. And then BioWare closed down the comments section. I'm like, it was just a question with people. Like, were you happy with the person that you picked, your companion? You know, and some people weren't because they couldn't spend time. Well, when you make something important like that in a game, people care.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was great you being a bear. How about next time we try a badger?
Oh, God, Baron. Anyways, one of the other stories we're going to be talking about this afternoon is the Suicide Squad is getting an isekai anime series. That was announced by Warner Brothers this week. And I also have an article that I think we're going to get a good laugh out of. It's from Collider, and it says, let's admit it. We all owe George Lucas an apology.
Yeah.
The hate bandwagon can be fun, but oftentimes it's unwarranted, and even more so, harmful.
Oh no, not harmful. It just depends. But here's the reality: as we always talk about, people online are going to say stupid things all the time. Some people need to be on there all the time because they need the attention, but they're always going to say stupid things. And so when people are like, oh, I can't believe they said this, or some actor says, I can't believe this. Robert Downey Jr. said something stupid recently, and he's an Oppenheimer. it's just stupid. Does that mean I hate the guy? No, but it's like maybe you shouldn't say this, because it's just not smart. It's just like, what do you? It just seems to always be pandering. But it's just funny to me that it's like maybe you just shouldn't say these things, and it would be better. But if people say stupid things, that's why you can block them. It's really that simple. That's it. Instead of making this whole thing about how we have to change this and this must be changed and this and that, people are going to say ignorant things. People are going to say threatening things. People are going to say all kinds of crazy, disgusting. People also say disgusting things on Twitter. I've seen some people have said some really disgusting things, and I went, "This should be allowed." It's crazy. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes, Baron, you should be ashamed of yourself.
And right now, that's on Twitter, block cash money. There we go.
And we will also be discussing a story that says Sega largely pulls away from blockchain and play to earn gaming pursuit.
Yep.
And another story we'll be talking about is after Indiana Jones craters at the box office, actress Haley Atwell says Mission Impossible is the most extraordinary adventure franchise you've ever seen.
Ooh, diss.
It's definitely a diss, I'm sure, since Indiana Jones just came out. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know we're not at the box office thing yet, but it performed worse than Solo.
Yeah. That's pitiful. You have a franchise like Indiana Jones. It should be making.
Yes, Buko bucks. Buko bucks, man.
What's a buku buck? What country is that from? Bukovania?
It's just a saying.
Oh, because I would have like to go to a place called Bukovania. That'd be cool.
No.
No.
So, what article should be our first article, gentlemen?
Spin the wheel of destiny. Spin the dial of destiny. How's that sound?
I'm giving you guys a choice.
Doesn't matter to me, actually. We can start with whatever.
Yeah, I like surprises.
Yeah, I don't mind surprises either.
Look at me. Look at that avatar. That's surprising enough as it is. Get in my belly.
All right, let's go ahead and get that Baldur's Gate thing out of the way.
Oh, great. I'm all prepared for that one now. I'm all prepared for that one. Brrr. Silence.
All right, so we have this article from Games Radar, and as I've said before, it says Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't mind if you sleep with a druid while he's turned into a grizzly bear. That's right. You haven't experienced anything until you've been with a bear. According to these wackos.
And I always thought...
YouTube, I said it, wackos.
Oh, you're being far more kind than me. And I always thought a bear was an over... What?
Oh, that's because we're not on a certain time frame yet. We're
yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna sit back and say that I always thought a bear was a overweight, hairy homosexual.
Oh my! Well.
Yeah, that's what they call it. The bear is. That's what a bear is. You know, you're looking for a bear in those clubs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that, but.
That's the more you know. Where's our more you know clip?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I love the fact that Baron found a picture of an actual bear.
Not hard. Not
no,
hard.
It's not.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm not bullshitting either about that. That's the actual truth. It's like, I more than I wanted to know. Let's just put it that way.
Right. That was too much information, Baron. Too much information at all. You got me off the cliff.
Who any of those people are. I don't know who any.
You got me all verklempt here, Baron.
Oh man, it's great.
We haven't streamed in over a week. What the hell are you doing to me, man?
I don't know. You said you're ready for anything.
Maybe I should have clarified. Trouble. His name's Baron Orman Tagge. But this article from Games Radar. No, Phil's got that occupation already. This article from Games Radar says, have you ever considered the joys and pleasures of sexual congress with a wild-shaped druid? No, it's never crossed my mind. It may have crossed someone else's mind, but it's never crossed my mind.
Not my mind, trust me.
All right.
Wow.
And gentlemen, guess what? I think I fixed the problem because we are now live on Rumble.
Okay, just a second. Ready? Are you ready to rumble? Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
All right.
There we go.
Yep.
Hi, everybody over at Rumble. I hope you're all still there.
Hi. How you doing? How you doing? Sorry for the delay. Technical issues, but I'm so stubborn I kept working on them while talking.
It was my fault, folks. I was talking about bears.
It was a lot of assholes. We only got 3 here, guys. You know, so 3. Right?
Yeah, Barrett's talking about bears, but he's not talking about the bears.
The
Bears.
And the Bulls. But yeah,
The Cubs, the Bears. Oh, yeah.
The Bulls.
the Bears, the Bulls.
Black Hacks.
That was a great skit. But yeah,
I miss Funny Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really going for all kinds of crazy stuff for a number of years. It's great.
Yeah, well, they weren't afraid to put fun people. That was making fun of
They
Chicago
were not.
fans, and they
Of
were
course.
straight on it. They were right on it.
Of course, and even in the early 2000s, even when things changed, there were still funny skits. I mean, you look at the cowbell skit was hilarious. I mean,
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Yeah.
It really shocked Blue Oyster Cult into popularity again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
Don't free the Reaper, man.
That's right. It's a great song, though.
It is, actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I'm sorry. I'm just letting everybody know on Twitter that I got it going on Rumble.
I got it going on the Rumble. He did. He's like,
You're damn right I'm claiming a victory.
Victory is mine.
He's like an ant on the dunghill saying, I have conquered.
Yep. Oh,
Fucking smart ass. No. That just shows how stubborn I am. When someone might say to me, "Oh, you might just give up on it." No. I'm gonna find a way to get it done.
You stubborn?
What the hell you say?
There.
But, anyways, get into this article. I've played it long enough. Get into this article. It says Baldur's Gate 3 developer Larian Studios absolutely won't stop you from surrendering to your desire to make love with a druid turned grizzly bear. I've never had that fetish.
Oh, your mic's back now. You were a little muffled before. Did you hear that, Baron? Just a little bit.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard everything you said, though.
Yeah, we did too.
I thought it was me.
Yeah,
it's StreamYard. It's StreamYard. I was watching a live stream yesterday, and it happened.
Dun, dun. Technical difficulties. We got a technical difficulties clip.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I haven't forgotten about that clip.
Very good.
Hey, we're rolling on all cylinders, aren't we?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely.
Running all 5 cylinders, and it's a V8.
Well, I thought it was just one.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 of us, 3 cylinders, and a V12 Duesenberg.
So yeah, if you guys ever had some sort of weird fantasy about making love to a druid turned grizzly bear, apparently Baldur's Gate's gonna allow you to do so. And the article goes on to say, in its final development update before the game's August 3rd release date, Larian Studios explicitly confirmed you can shag a bear in Baldur's Gate 3, provided, of course, that you. It's right there in the article. What the hell you say? Right in there for everybody to go, okay, batter him.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, shag up there.
Do we want to show the article and stream it all, Mike? You want to just read it, whatever you want to do. But
Oh, God help us all.
I'm trying to keep my composure, but you know what? Forget it. We already lost it. We already lost it. So let me go ahead and
Oh, God.
present the article.
Shag up there.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it says.
Bravo on the writing. Bravo on the writing.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, God.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
it's just the wording of that.
It's great. Oh, they're so good. Oh, God.
Oh shit.
Yeah, anyways, you could do some of Baldur's Gate 3, provided, of course, that you and the wild-shaped druid in question consent. What? Oh,
I'm going to force Congress on a bear. Yeah. I think there's got to be a lot of consent there, folks.
Oh,
Oh my God, help it! We have all strong. Oh boy, we have.
How could you not start laughing at the way you write that? I guess this person.
Oh shit, man!
This is how a hit piece should be written. I mean, this is how it.
Welcome back to Pop Talk, everyone.
Oh.
It has to get your consent.
Oh my God! Is Cash gonna be okay?
Already,
As someone in the bear community, I want to make sure that there is consent. Okay? Look. Arr.
Turns into the bear, and then it's just gonna get your consent.
Rub my belly. Okay, I'm going back to Fat Bastard. I can't keep that bear up and even have some semblance of seriousness.
Oh my goodness!
I'm so hard. I got tears in my eyes.
Oh my goodness!
So what happens? Does the bear present himself? And that answers the question about tops and bottom.
Does he wear a tux? So ridiculous. Does he wear a tux and bring you a plate of food too?
Hey, my piglet, you want to get into my honey pot? Oh, bother.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this article without laughing, but I'm not making any promises.
Good luck. I mean that serious. Good luck. Can you imagine being a newsreader and having to do this straight?
Seriously.
God help me getting through this sentence.
Oh.
Have you ever considered the joys and pleasures of sexual congress with a wild-shaped
And that's from the freaking lead writer.
Oh my gosh. I can't, dude.
So lead writer Adam Smith? Dude, How could you write that without laughing?
How can you take an interview with this schmuck and not just laugh in his face or give him the you're fucked up, man. You know? God help us all.
What the hell's wrong with you?
How would you like to be part of that survey group and focus group? Yeah, so what type of animal do you like to have sexual congress with the most? Show of hands, we have a wolverine. Okay, 3. Okay, how about a pony? Okay, we got 5. And how about bear? Oh, we got 23 people. We're going with the bear.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, now we gotta go and find a bear and make sure we get all the private parts proper on this model here. So who's part of the bear genitalia team? Okay.
Okay, can somebody hold down the bear? We need to get a good glimpse here.
Yeah. Well, the bear does shit in the woods.
Yeah, and so are the people trying to hold down the bear.
Yeah.
But anyways,
no means no. No means no.
Gorlock shows up for no reason.
Oh God. Oh God. God.
I'm hungry.
You okay there?
Well, there goes the bear.
Oh man, it's gonna.
Come on, Baldur's Gate 3. Get rid of the bear and put Gorlock in place of it. There you go.
Exactly. Definitely.
Oh God.
I don't know. If I can get through the rest of this article.
It looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Oh God.
Sounds like a personal problem, Baron.
Oh, trust me. It sounds like all of this is a personal problem, but not mine. Oh, God.
Anyways, it was lead writer Adam Smith that said it, and one of the more surreal press releases I've ever read, because at Larian, we have and ultimately landed on the side of giving people what they want. Tender, consensual romance with a man temporarily transformed into a grizzly bear. You guys are all messed up.
Who? I have never come across anybody in my gaming groups that said, yeah, I want to shag a bear. Oh, yeah. I have bear fantasies. In fact, I put a fleshlight on my teddy bear. Yeah. I used to be a brony, but they're just too straight laced, man.
There was something about that Teddy Ruxpin that just did it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I put a Nina Hartley audio CD in the mouth there and played that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we know when Teddy Ruxpin said, "Do you want to be my friend?" We know what he's really alluding to.
Put the Barry White tip in her. Hey, baby, come on over here. We're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm Teddy Ruxpin, and I'll be your love bear.
Oh, my gosh. This is like a skit in the making right now.
Is this not...
This would have been prime for Saturday Night Live back in its heyday.
Oh, man, yes. Absolutely.
Oh, my God. Oh, gee. I have the entire sketch pictured out in my mind, and it is the survey group. You could do a wonderful sketch doing the survey group.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you want to have sexual congress with the most? How about a doc suit? Okay, I don't see anybody wanting a doc suit.
Okay.
Kathy, which head are you talking about? I just want to know. Which head?
All right. Compose yourself, Mike. Breathe in.
Deep breath.
Breathe out. I'm not making any promises, folks.
I'm not either.
Okay, so the article says, I'm not really sure what else to say here, but the more romance options, the better, I suppose. Grizzly bears might not be my thing, but if they're your thing and you're the technically a man, but currently a grizzly bear's thing. Who's to say you shouldn't be able to express your love for one another in the most intimate way?
Wait until.
Okay, go ahead, Barrett. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, wait until they have to tie in with build a bear factory. Get yourself that life-size bear with all functioning parts. I could just see that now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Larian itself acknowledged the news with a sly wink on Twitter. Of course they did. Are we surprised if they're willing to put this in the game?
Yeah.
Who knows what else they want to do? I'm not even going to speculate right now.
They had to censor the fucking video.
Yeah, they did. They TikTok banned it, I think, actually. It was going too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy that was gonna go shag the bear, it looked like they lifted from The Fly, Jeff Goldblum. He looked like Jeff Goldblum from the fucking Fly with elf ears. And I was like, what the hell? There is a lot of psychological damage done here with these people, and they want to share it with us. And I don't share it well with others. I don't play well with others.
Does this bring a whole new meaning to Life Finds a Way?
You notice the author, though, will not say, with a question mark, is this a good idea, though? And will this cause problems? Like, he can't say that. He just can't for whatever reason.
Not. And the article does finish off by saying Baldur's Gate 3 offers ample opportunities for romance with characters you'll grow closest with, and no two relationships follow the same formula, added Smith. Emotional intimacy with one party member may solely butt into mutual physical desire with one party member, while a relationship that begins with a night of post-goblin slaughtering passion could also blossom into something vulnerable and sweet given proper care. Our new Baldur's Gate 3 preview doesn't delve into bear-man relations, but it does explain why we are already in awe of this impossibly detailed game. I'll be frank, and it's really hard to pad out a story about grizzly bear sex, so I'll just leave you with the guide to Baldur's Gate's 3 races and which you should choose. Yeah, whatever. I'm not playing this game. I have no desire to play this game. The whole idea of this even being put in this game is idiotic to me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so hot along the echo and all the intros of goblins around us.
Baron, take off your fur coat. If you take off your fur coat and this human...
Hey, boo-boo, that's not a picnic basket?
Yeah. No. Oh, God, I forgot about that one.
My God, Yogi. What are they doing? Don't look, boo-boo. Yo, go blind.
I can just see it now in that game. Don't you... Watch the teeth. Watch the teeth.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
This is definitely the craziest thing I think I've ever seen in any video game ever.
It's dumb. It's dumb
too. Yes, very. But it's crazy, insane.
I mean, I'm not one to sit back and start saying, boycott or anything like this. But Wizard of the Coast, fuck you. I'm done. I'm done with you because you are just as compliant in this as these hunyucks are that does this game. Who wants to shag? Okay, so, a show of hands in the chat. Who wants to shag a bear?
Oh man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and maybe that's the real story. Yeah.
No.
Maybe that's what really happened. They might have only looked at bear over there. Oh yeah, coming up behind the bear and
Oh man.
God.
We stray, every day we stray further and further away.
I think we strayed too far away to be truthful with you.
Just a second. Yeah, Heaven? Yeah, send the horseman, please. We're done here.
Well, if you're calling for the horseman, I might as well just go ahead and play this clip.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
There's going to be some guy playing this game, and he knows he's getting to that point. He's like, wait, put on pause. Lotion, Kleenexes. Okay, play.
No, wait. You forgot lighting the candles, setting the mood.
And they got those bear paw slippers, so he's just putting one of those on his hand.
Oh man, Baron!
Man took that to a new level. I love it. Oh, it's just great.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness, that's wow. I'm definitely going to share this around the community, and so they all.
I was gonna say someone's gonna clip this, and the channel, YouTube's probably gonna send me an email going, "What the fuck?"
I'm surprised you're not going to make them
And
short.
I was gonna say, read the article. That's exactly what we were saying.
Oh gosh.
God.
Okay, Baron, you okay?
None of us are. Let's face it, we all are suffering, man.
I know we're all suffering.
Oh, God.
What the hell's wrong with this world?
Oh,
man.
And I do want to say thank you to everybody who's watching today. I greatly appreciate it. I didn't know it was going to go this far. And this is what happens when you read an article and you're not quite sure what to expect.
Seriously.
All right, Chewbacca.
Oh, she said might as well shag a Wookiee.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just. Romance choices are one thing in a fantasy game, but this is just on a new level.
Even in fantasy games, there is still a line, and
there's a line you should never cross.
Right.
Never cross.
I'm glad the author's like, I'm not really into this, but I don't want to hate on basically people who are. It's like, dude, okay, well.
No, I'm hating on it. Oh God.
This is just a number of things is why it's so easy to come up with comments like, hey, do you have a bear today and stuff like this. Just the jokes just write themselves, Baron. And
yeah, you want to go back in time to 1984 until the Ghostbusters? No. Let it happen. Let it happen.
Right. Yep.
I'm curious to know what everybody thinks, whether you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, or Kick. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Be honest. Don't hold back.
I mean, the most wild we got was, I'd rather kiss a Wookiee. That's the most we got. I'd rather kiss a Wookiee. Now it's like, hey, Bear.
Well, I mean, what did we ever think that we would see a human dating a Jawa in Star Wars? I mean,
Oh God!
Don't remind me, Cash. Really?
I know, but that happened.
Do you know how bad Jawas are supposed to smell?
I don't know. Are they? Do they?
Yeah, they're supposed to be very stinky creatures. At least they were in the EU. They made a change. Now they probably smell like roses. And it's like,
why they do that kind of stuff, though? They think it's funny, Baron. Well, it's so funny. Yeah.
And that's the problem. They're taking jokes.
Yep.
They're taking jokes that were never meant to be part of because the jokes were outrageous.
Right. They're just
They're doing what a lot of people are doing nowadays. They're saying the quiet parts out loud.
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yep.
Wait till they write the book about this. You know, they're going to be tie-in novel or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you, Chase. But
You missed the fun.
you missed the whole start of the show where we're trying to get through this article, and none of us can. I mean, we still can't. We're still like,
Well,
we're
we got through the article. It's just the aftertaste is still there. It's like
the aftertaste. Oh yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting that article off the screen.
bye bye. Oh.
Oh, you can take his love to a new level for sure.
Watch that one fly.
And if he's watching, no, I can't even do that to him.
No, I can't. No. We actually kind of like Animos, so.
Animos, anonymous Animos. I love it.
Okay. Fuck yourselves.
Yeah, easier said.
I know.
You know, the moment you sat back and said that, you started making it's like the teacher in class. You know, you're finally getting over it, and the teacher says, compose yourself, and it makes you start laughing even more.
Oh.
I need a drink.
If you've got an issue, here's a tissue.
Yeah.
But as far as what's going on in Baldur's Gate,
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Pretty much.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out.
Okay. Let's have some inspirational music.
All right.
What music? I don't have any music tracks. Careful, we can't play too much of that.
I know, but you know what? Yeah. But I thought it was because they look like little teddy bears. Okay, that might not have been the right one.
Kathy is coming up with puns. I love it. I just love it.
Oh, good. Grin and bear it.
Yep. Very good.
Lions and tigers and bear. Oh my.
That's right.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move on to another article if we can get our heads straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not making any promises.
I never make promises.
I try not to make promises I can't keep. Okay. All right. Present the article. Stop thinking about that other article. Get it out of your head.
What you're trying to say is,
I see nothing.
All right. So we have this article from IGN, and it says Suicide Squad Isekai anime series announced by Warner Brothers, Japan, and Wit Studio. The anime will be directed by Jujutsu Kaisen animation director Eri Osada. And it goes on to say with this article that was actually posted on the 3rd, while James Gunn is preparing to reboot the DCU with Superman Legacy, there are still unconnected titles to be excited about, particularly in animation. My Adventure with Superman aims to deliver a Shoujo anime version of The Man of Steel, and now Warner Brothers Japan is ready to unveil an entirely original anime made in Japan that takes DC characters to a whole new world, literally. During a panel at Anime Expo 2023, Warner Brothers Japan and Wit Studio unveiled a brand new anime series titled Suicide Squad Isekai. Literally, Suicide Squad Different World. Suicide Squad rampages into Japanese anime in Suicide Squad Isekai, an all-new original anime series collaboration with Warner Brothers Japan and Wit Studio. Isekai has quickly exploded to become one of the biggest, most prominent, and popular genres within anime in the last decade. The genre invokes a protagonist, usually a pretty normal person, getting transported to a fantasy world full of wonderful, dangerous creatures and powers. Western fans aren't entirely unfamiliar with the genre, with classic titles like Alice in Wonderland and The Chronicles of Narnia essentially serving as isekai, throwing their characters to another stranger, more magical world.
With bears.
Okay, Mike. You hold this talk. Though details are scarce at the moment, we do know the show is not connected to Gunn and Peter Safran's upcoming DC reboot, with Studio CEO George Wada asking the audience to call Gunn and tell him to watch the show. Moreover, it was announced Jujutsu Kaisen chief animation director Iri Osada will direct Suicide Squad Isekai, while Teppei Nagatsuki and Eiji Umihara will handle the writing. Nagatsuki and Umihara are no strangers to the isekai genre, having handled scripts for ReZero, Starting Life in Another World. A brief trailer revealed to audiences at the panel showed the very stylized 2D visuals for anime, with Harley and Joker rampaging through the streets of Gotham, wreaking bloody havoc before cutting to a fantasy world with huge dragons and giant pig mutants. In other worlds, this is definitely an isekai. What's more, Osada, who hit the stage dressed as Katana, said that they got the express permission from DC to have the characters use magic. And yes, Harley and Joker will lead the show. Osada made it a point to highlight that their version of Joker will be different. Everybody has their favorite version of Joker. Osada said, "We ultimately decided to not copy any particular iteration and have something completely unique." More from Anime Expo, check out what the link here has. And I don't know, what do you guys think?
Just as long as they don't bear at all, it sounds like it'd be interesting.
You mean as long as they give the bare necessities?
The bare necessities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It could be embarrassing.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're embarking on a new genre for the DC characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about this. I mean, and the funny thing is magic is not new in the DC universe. In fact, the supernatural is the one thing that Superman had a weakness over, particularly when he was going up against the vampires. And yeah, they had vampires in DC, and so the fact that there is this quote unquote magic is not unheard of. But this almost sounds like them doing their version of Visions for the superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Star Wars Visions. So it could be interesting.
They did this thing where they did like X-Men and Cowboy Bebop together, and I don't know if it really worked very well. And the animation doesn't look bad in this, but we'll see. Are you guys wanting to try this?
I might check it out.
Okay.
for the sake of checking it out.
Yeah.
How bad could it be?
Right.
Oh no! Never say that. Never. I'm serious. Never say that.
Well,
no, but in this
it's an
case, how bad
experiment
could
for
it be?
sure. It's an experiment.
You know, it's a different take on these characters that we're familiar with.
Yeah, and as Brandon always points out, it is the Japanese, and they're very respectful to source stuff. So even though they're trying new things, they're still going to be respectful to the source material. So that in and by itself is a plus.
Yep. As long as it comes to Max, and sometimes I still call it HBO Max because they should
Call
have
it what
called
you
it
want, man.
Yeah.
HBO.
Yes, HBO Max was the name was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't need to change
But
it.
as long as it comes to that service, I'll give it a look.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stick my nose up at it.
No. I mean, definitely not. Again, it's like, okay, it sounds interesting. I'm not going to knock on it yet and hope that, you never know. It might turn out to be absolutely fantastic.
Yep. You just don't know. So what we're saying is don't judge it until you see it.
Right.
But of course, we are going to go ahead and move on to the weekend box office since those numbers were just posted a little while ago.
We need to have some fanfare for this part of the show. We really do. Because, it's a very important thing. This is a
it's the weekend box office. Whoop-de-doo! There's your fanfare.
Oh, well, I suppose we want to. I guess. I mean, we could have...
Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
There we go. Box office.
And hello to Anonymous and Anonymous.
Oh.
We've got a question for you.
No. Oh no. But should I mute my mic right now?
Probably.
And I hope you could bear with this question.
Oh boy.
Have you ever wanted to have a druid transform into a bear? And
wave your wand at him.
Thank you, Baron. I was hoping somebody would pick up where I'm going.
Yeah. We don't know where that wand's been, folks.
we both tried.
Sorry about it.
That's all right.
So, if a bear hasn't had it for a while, would you call that blue berries?
Huh.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Come on, man!
He's the first one in line at Build a Bear. I told you that.
I knew it. No.
I want that druid bear, please, with a 3-speed variable. I'd go for the 5-speed, but I just don't have the money for that.
I would say something else, but I'm telling myself, stop, Mike, stop.
Stop, Mike, please stop.
You need that bear rug, don't you, there, Anonymous? Yeah.
We had some unbearably hot weather recently.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at Baldur's Gate 3, you could get hot and bothered with a bear.
The druid that turns into a bear and stays that way. Well, yeah.
So, moving on, we do have the weekend box office. And as you can see there, Indiana Jones wasn't the top movie this weekend. As a matter of fact, look at that drop. Look at that drop for Indiana Jones 5. As you can see, Insidious: The Red Door pulled in $32.7 million for the weekend. And Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Yeah, that's right. You'll fall asleep and you'll start drooling.
Oh.
Pulled in 26.5 million. Now remember, last weekend it pulled in 60 million. That's if my math is correct, that's close to 70%. And then you have The Sound of Freedom, which pulled in 18.2 million. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what that movie's made.
Yeah.
Altogether. And this is all domestic. It wasn't released international.
Wow.
40.2 million.
Yeah.
And
wow. And look how many theaters. Look how many theaters.
Because the reality is that a number of people still, even in this country, want religious films or movies about religion. And there's some studios that are willing to still take a chance. So good for them. And it's paying off.
Well, yeah, and what the subject's about with this too, you know, rescuing children from, bad things.
Right.
Yeah. And you want to know something? This movie's budget, according to a couple sources, and this is information I'm getting from a Google search, the Wall Street Journal being one of them.
Yay.
The budget for the movie was only $14.5 million.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Again, it's like the Megan factor, because that was the one that kind of started off this current. I don't want to say trend but the films that have low budgets and having high returns.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that kind of started off this current, happenings. It's like, wow. And again, look at the number of theaters. Only 2,852 theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's PG-13.
PG-13. And what does this tell you? You don't have to have a big budgeted blockbuster, CGI-filled special, presentation of another franchise-type movie to be successful. This movie is successful.
Right.
Yes.
As well it should be.
Yeah. There's certain elements out there that are not happy about this film, and they're trying to detract it and try to tear it down.
Oh, of course.
Which in many ways only helps this film. Because they're starting to sit back and say what the film is about. And it's like, yeah, I'm for that. How can you be against this?
Unfortunately, there are people out there who are.
I know. Bears and all.
Then we have Elemental that's only made 251 million worldwide. And for the week it only made 9.6 million. Then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse that raked in 8 million to add to its 642 million total. So I don't know. Would you consider that a success?
It didn't cost that much. So yeah, it's a success.
Yeah. It's doing.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Jennifer Lawrence's movie. Well, I guess 67 million is good worldwide. I mean, it's making more money here in the States than it is anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't know what the budget was, but I don't think that movie was considered.
I can find out real quick.
Maybe it was considered a success, but I don't think so. I think it did bomb. Yeah, I think it is considered or disappointing. Whatever. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, of course. She's not that big of a thing.
It's just that the movie. You see that trailer, I'm like, eh. Am I supposed to laugh at this?
Well, that's just it. When you have something that's a comedy, you wonder, is it funny? Am I supposed to laugh here? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't get it.
It cost $45 million to make.
Oh, you gotta be effing kidding me!
Wow. Yeah, that's what.
Why is a film like that? Other than the fact that they're probably dumping a ton of money to her, and then she's sitting back and saying, "I don't make enough money." That's the only thing I can think of is it's going to the stars.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. For
And the
that
anal
kind of movie?
bleachings. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Whoops. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that was an inside voice. Sorry about
Whoops.
that.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. And of
doesn't
course,
matter.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast has made 407 million worldwide. I mean, when you compare it to the previous Transformers live action movies, that's pretty low, and it made 5 million over the weekend.
Well, what was the budget for that? Like, is it actually considered? Oh, it did bomb, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was disappointing. I don't know. Somewhere in there. Okay.
We need Michael Bay
I
back.
think its budget was close to 300 million.
Oh, God.
Wow. Well, of course, Mission Impossible, his budget is massive too, just like Dial of Destiny. So, I don't see them doing poorly though. It's gonna be
No, I don't see Dead Reckoning doing poorly at all. I mean, let's look at it this way. Because Oppenheimer has pretty much taken the monopoly when it comes to the IMAX showing, Paramount's already doing an early release for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. My theater is going to start showing it Tuesday, starting at 2:10 in the afternoon, and my sister and I are going to go to that showing.
I was going to say, at 1:45, he's in line.
Yeah.
Go down and hit the Flash. Go down and hit the Flash.
Okay. Give me a second.
Yep, 1 month. It's been out for 1 month. Yeah, and you know what? They're already out there touting, saying it's been out for so many weeks and we finally made 100 million. It's like that's nothing to tout about. You're making it sound like a victory and how great this film is doing. 261 million after 4 weeks, 1 month, 23 days. 3 weeks technically, and then they're bragging, "Hey, we made 100." No, you should have made that almost instantly. You failed.
Yep.
And we have to address the elephant in the room, Ezra Miller.
I think it has a lot to do with that. And look, I understand. I've had some conversations with other people that I know, and they in Discord, other places, and it's just they liked it. Some of them liked it. Well, that's good for them. And they ignored Ezra Miller, and they said the Flash is one of their favorite characters. That's fine. But
and that's fine. If somebody goes in and they like it, that's fine.
Right.
It meets all the requirements that they have when they go see a movie, when they watch a TV show.
Right.
That's why I'm
even with Michael Keaton. I'm sorry, that's not enough to go see it. And real quick, I do want to say hello to Maria with T and Telly. Good to see you, Maria.
Haven't talked to Maria in a while. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
And you have a groovy day as well, Maria.
Yes.
I mean, I've heard the actual movie and all that really isn't that bad of a film.
Right.
It's a good popcorn film, but that's why I'm absolutely convinced it's Ezra Miller that's been keeping people away. They're fed up with him. How many are in our community that are saying, including me, I'm not going to see that because of that? And then we go to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That's been doing worse than Solo. And remember how much of a disappointment Solo was in the box office. And this is worse. Yeah. And it's not commenting on the movie itself. I'm just saying the box office.
Right. Yeah, you're talking about the box office. You would think a name like Harrison Ford, people would still want to go to the theater and watch the movie. One, because it's Harrison Ford. Two, because it's Indiana Jones.
Right.
Well, I have to say that Crit had a pretty good theory about this. Like, if this movie actually came out now, I was like, did they do good enough marketing? Yeah, I would say they did a lot of marketing for this. But if this movie did come out, say, in December, would it do better? I don't know. That's an interesting question. Crit brought that up the other day, and I was like, I don't know.
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
I don't either.
Because
don't think so.
I come from the time when you had blockbuster summers, and you had two films that were big hits, and they came out at the same time. there is room for it. I mean, look how many days there are in a month, how many days there are in a week. There is enough room to have these blockbusters all at the same time in the summer, which is traditionally the time that people come out and see.
Very true.
And across the line, all of them are bombing. So you can't say, oh, maybe if they did it later. No, this is an effect that's hitting everything out there. And you know it's bad. The big marketing campaign that they have with somebody, a tie-in is Applebee's. And what is it? If you spend so much money, you get a free ticket. That is not a good sign.
No, I don't think it is either. But yeah, you're right. I mean, but look at the last few years. Movies, summer, not even before the Koofadoof, as I like to call it. Even before that, you could start seeing a slow decline when people were going to summer movies. Of course, watching them because of streaming services, that hurts. Theaters, obviously, but you could just see like, oh, I don't want to see this. Like Oppenheimer, yes, I definitely want to go to the theater and watch that. I haven't really been disappointed with Nolan films. Some things I'm not always I agree with, but and so there's just not many. There's not many films that are coming out the last few years, especially in summer, that you're like, oh, I can't wait to go see this, like you were before.
Oh yeah,
and let me ask you guys this, because I've only seen a couple of the Insidious movies.
I will also tell you this, Baron, before Mike says this: if Nolan does make mistakes, I am also one of these people who will criticize him, dude. As much as I like Nolan, I'm always going to say that. I can't. I'm not going to sit there and say everything he does is the most amazing thing in the world.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving you a bad time. Yeah. Simp. That's something a simp would say.
Oh man. That's not true, Baron. That's not true, man. It's impossible. But anyways, go ahead, Mike.
Here's a question I want to ask you guys.
Yeah.
You have a movie like Insidious: The Red Door, and as I was saying, I've only seen a couple of the Insidious movies. I could take them or leave them.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie had an estimated budget between 10 to 15 million. And it made 32 million just domestically.
Right.
In its first week of release. Would you have ever thought that a horror movie like Insidious would top Indiana Jones? A well-established franchise. Not to say that Insidious isn't well-established, but it hasn't been around as long as Indiana Jones has.
I can see if Indiana Jones had been out for a while.
Yep.
It's been out there for about a month or so. I can see it being knocked down then, but not on an opening weekend. It should have been all indie on that weekend. And you should be still feeling those effects this weekend. And Insidious probably number 2. It might be biting at Indie's heels, but it still would be number 2 normally.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. Domestically, 32 million. International gross was 31 million, and you have a 64 million worldwide total. It's already surpassed its budget.
Yeah,
well, that's good. That's definitely good.
Yeah, again, it's not
considered a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's not a high budgeted film. 3,188 theaters it did that in.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad at all.
I'm waiting for Behind the Green Door, though, to come out next. Insidious Behind the Green Door. It's a bear! Sorry.
It's a big grizzly bear.
I knew that was coming. After you read that article from The Gamer about Baldur's Gate 3, the jokes are going to be coming out.
Games Radar or whatever. I'm sure The Gamer.
Whatever.
It's all the same nonsense.
It was a good article. He wrote that well.
It was just. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna. That needs to be posted all over Twitter and said, if you guys need a good laugh, you got to read this. Just
God,
the way certain things are worded, and it's just.
Oh yeah, I just love the wordplay and the shag bear. I mean.
Well, if somebody chooses to read that article after the show, it's in the description.
Right. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this isn't good for You know, this is why I'm saying that, you know, and again, I'm not saying I have anybody in. I'm not saying that this is going to happen or anything like that. I'm just going off of gut feeling that Lucasfilm will be the first one Disney drops of the three big franchises they have, which is of course Marvel, Pixar, and then of course Lucasfilm.
So then, if that's the one you really think that they would let go, even though you know they have a tight grasp on it, and I wouldn't think after all the stuff that they have planned for Star Wars they want to let it go. But I mean, these movies are bombs, so what are you going to do? So then, if that was to happen, and I always say if.
Yeah, it's if.
You know, who would you want to buy it? Would you want DreamWorks to buy Lucasfilm? Would you want somebody else to? Or
well, DreamWorks is Spielberg still in charge of DreamWorks?
I'm not sure.
That I don't know. That I don't know.
Sure.
And I'm not saying that Disney wants to get rid of it, but Disney's not in good financial shape.
No,
they are not.
No.
Yeah, and you know, and we have something like this. I would have to sit back and say the Lucasfilm franchise is probably the one that is hurting the most, not giving the biggest return of investment.
Yeah.
I mean, look how bad it's gone down. Pixar still is viable to them. Obviously, Marvel is very viable to them. And they were expecting Lucasfilm to be exceptionally viable, and it hasn't. KK and her little band of sycophants have ran it into the ground. And they've alienated the fans. I mean, at least Marvel has done a good job of not doing that. I mean, they tried hard not to. I'm not saying they were perfect at it, but at least they weren't going out there with an attitude, we're gonna intentionally alienate the fans. And the one dingbat that did say that, she didn't get her second season. That was She-Hulk.
No. Yeah.
And it's like, and the golden rule is, that might have been your goal, but you never tell the public that.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, like, I haven't watched this movie yet, and we always encourage people, even with Baldur's Gate 3, if you want to play that game, go ahead. If you don't, but just don't think that we're going to play that game because you do, or we're going to watch that movie because you do, because we are very strong opinion people on here.
And if you're going to play Baldur's Gate 3, what the hell is wrong with you people?
But, you know, like with Dial of Destiny, Mike should be coming out of that movie and said, oh, wow, man, that was a great Indiana Jones film. You know, they tied this, whatever. But it didn't make Mike feel much. And I wonder if I'm going to feel the same on Tuesday. I don't know. I might. Who knows? We'll see.
Right. And you don't want meh. You do not want meh.
You don't want meh. I don't know if this is going to make me feel much, but if this makes me feel like I did with Book of Boobaloo, I'm not going to be happy, but we'll see what happens. Not really feeling much, or just feeling disappointment and annoyance.
2
words for you, Cash.
Even Paul, when he came out of the theater after seeing it, he said, I'm taking a book from Pacific, and this movie is just there, because that's how I felt when I saw it. I should have felt that way coming out of an Indiana Jones movie, especially going, it's just there.
Right.
It's just sluggishly going along, telling its story, not very well.
Right. I mean, at least the Crystal Skull, you came out with some sort of feeling good, bad, or both.
Well, the thing is, like, you could even clap, even if you don't like the look. I didn't like the plot of the alien thing. I know other people are like, oh, was it that bad? I said I didn't like it, dude. I know Lucas wrote it. I don't know who else helped him with it, but I didn't like it. That doesn't mean that a lot of things Lucas has done I'm not going to applaud him for, but you know, it just. Even some of these great directors or writers or whatever, they've made mistakes. It's okay. It's all right. But it's just nowadays, it's like when you don't like something, they're just ready to just pound you in the ground somewhere. It's like, what is wrong with you, man? Like, it's just like a lot of people expect, people are fickle in general, so they expect a certain things in their movies. I mean, even I can say about like that last Bond film, I had some problems with it, and to me it's still the weakest Daniel Craig Bond movie I've ever seen, and it's his last one. I just thought there were some things that weak. My brother liked it a lot more, my dad liked it a lot more, but I just there were things about it like I don't like this. Why is this happening to Bond? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And so I don't know if I'm going to feel that way about Dial of Destiny. I'll find out on Tuesday. But once again, I think it's always good that we tell people, go see it if you want to see it. If you don't want to see it, that's okay too. And don't let other people tell you that, oh, you need to go see this. You have to go see this. No. If you don't want to see it, don't see it.
Yeah. And here's another thing. I'm not going to hate on somebody because they like it. Their preferences in movies are different than mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, exactly. Yeah. And, I hope you enjoy it. I really do.
I know.
And, coming off of Lucas's poor attempt to do the X-Files, you're not, Lucas, you're not, Indiana Jones is not X-Files, right. Yeah, you got some Supernatural, but,
like Kate Blanchett. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought it was very poorly paced and everything, the Crystal Skull, through the whole thing. And
there were problems with it, but there was fun with the movie too.
Right.
I thought Kate Blanchett made a quality Russian, officer, leader person. Yeah, we'll just say Russian officer. I thought there was some fun. I liked the whole thing. Karen Allen coming back. I would say that movie is still fun, but the plot is just.
I mean, even the refrigerator scene didn't really bug me all that much because it is the wild cliffhanger adventures that they're doing, and you had that in the wild cliffhanger adventures. The crazy, the craziness like that. So people want to hate on that, but it's like, I got a chuckle out of it, to be honest with you. It's like, okay, you're going,
yeah, you're going that route. Okay, you're paying homage to those serials of the past.
Exactly. In fact, I wish I could remember what that serial was, but that serial was almost, in some ways, taken from George Lucas and turned into Raiders.
Yep.
And except it wasn't the Ark of the Covenant, it was something else, but it had nasty effects to people that opened it.
Yeah, right. No, you don't want to open that.
Right.
You don't want to do it. Yeah.
Padawannabe, you want to go shell out your money now, and you want to buy Baldur's Gate 3. The special edition. Do it.
You got to buy the collector's edition, Padawannabe.
Right.
Spend
That's
more
the
money.
One with the plush. It has the plush.
You might get a bear statue. Oh my goodness! It's just too much. It's so much shit.
Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, but I got to tell you, with a lot of these films now, guys, I'm just like, if my brother doesn't want to see them or their friends don't want to see them, I don't want to watch this stuff by myself. Even just watching streaming, like, I hear these things and I understand, like, it's like, that's not the reason. I just don't have a desire. You see the trailer, then you start hearing things about it. You see it with your own self, like, oh, give it a chance. Do I really want to, though? Some of this stuff, fine. Other things, do I really care? And I feel that's a lot of the reason is Disney. Same with Warner Brothers. Am I supposed to care? You guys did a horrible job with Birds of Prey before. You did a horrible... Discovery is supposed to do something different. I'm seeing the same patterns. You guys are resetting all these things. James Gunn this is what we need to do. Do we? Didn't you guys have something going with the Snyderverse? Maybe not. Do we really need to restart all this stuff? It's weird. I don't know. I don't get it. And so when people are like, you got to watch this, some of your friends, you got to watch this, man. It's so great. Is it, though? Is it ever that great anymore? Yeah. I don't get it.
You don't get it? So, what you're trying to say, Cash, what you're trying to say is...
You know what really grinds my gears?
You take it or leave it, man. It's just like, I wait. My brother and I usually watch a lot of this stuff. And even the other day, he's like, we're going to finish Bad Batch Season 2. And then he just doesn't say anything else about it. So I go, I don't want to watch it by myself. I don't care enough about it. Like, why do I like certain things in Star Wars lately? Well, they're talking about Kashyyyk. They're talking about Coruscant. That's cool. Okay. But then they go away from that, and then we have to hear about Amiga or Omega, and it's like Rekka, like things like that. Why is this character whining so much? And it's weird, and I don't understand a lot of entertainment anymore. But I think when we see things like, or we see, I should say, movies like Sound of Freedom, Sound of Freedom, I think that gives us hope to say, you know what, people are willing to actually take chances and being like, this is about helping children, this is about finding some kind of family, this is about religion, and nothing is wrong with making these kind of films, and people need to stop thinking there is, because obviously it's a it's a success. It's definitely a success, so that's great.
Oh my God! I just came back. I went to go to the bathroom. I cooked a pizza. I ate it, and he's still talking when I came back.
That's not true, Baron. You didn't cook a pizza. You lie. But really,
and
I mean,
I do want to say hello to the
Yes.
long-suffering Mrs.
Hello.
Tag. I hope you're feeling better.
So, I don't want to influence anybody and stuff. And some people are like, oh, well, I heard you said this, and I'm like, that doesn't mean you should go not see it. If you want, see it if you want to. If you don't want to see it, don't see it. But don't let other people influence you and say, oh, well, this person said this, so I'm not going to go see it. No, if you really want to go see it, go see it. You want to see the Dial of Destiny, you want to watch Transformers, whatever you want to watch. It's just go and see it. If you don't go and see it. But this whole thing about where we want to try to bring the fandoms together, we're never going to have that ever happen again, because people are attacking other people because somebody likes them. Oh, you're part of the problem, or you're not part of the problem. It's all stupid. It's all stupid.
And this has been a public service announcement brought to you by Cash Money from the Phantom Influencers.
But yeah. But all seriousness, like, yes, I hope, Baron, I do enjoy this movie on Tuesday, but we'll see.
I mean, with the cost of movies and everything
Right.
involved, I want you to get at least your $2 worth.
I mean, it doesn't matter what theater you go to anymore. Between the price of the ticket and concessions, you're paying a fortune.
Yeah.
And I do have
So you
an article.
better enjoy it.
If Cash falls asleep during the movie, which I'll admit I've done that. I paid for a ticket to a movie or two, and I have fallen asleep during the movie. How's that nap? It was good for $15,
dude. When my brother and I saw Black Widow, I was like, dude, you're falling asleep. He literally was falling asleep in that movie. I think it's just, that's another film that could have been so much better, but whatever.
I didn't think Black Widow was all that great, to be honest with you.
There were some things I liked about it, but not much.
It was one of those examples of Marvel relying on the humor, and they were relying on it too heavily.
Right.
And let's see, the Padawan says, sorry, kids. Wine, trust me. My neighbor's kids can be heard down the street. I watch Bad Batch for a break from real life Omegas. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Padawan.
I whine.
I'm a Cub fan. I'm obligated
Oh
to
God.
whine.
Oh God, yeah.
But I'm not as bad as a Met fan.
Oh, the Mets. They've spent so much money this year. Oh, boy.
Yeah. But moving on, I do have this article from Collider that says, let's admit it, we all owe George Lucas an apology. The hate bandwagon can be fun, but oftentimes it's unwarranted and even more so harmful. This is by Samuel Williamson. It was posted just a day ago. And it says, despite the fact that fans are begging for his return, George Lucas was torn down by these same people for his Star Wars prequels and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, both of which have taken on a newfound appreciation that is treated as if this has always been the case. It's simple. We owe this man an apology. With the release of James Mangold's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, fans are once again seeing Lucas's praises for the creative choices that he made back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Choices that these same fans were way too critical of initially. Dial of Destiny is already criminally underrated, and given its emotionally charged story and fantastic Harrison Ford performance, it's likely to see a resurgence in adoration in the coming years. Much like the Star Wars prequels and the Crystal Skull both have. Movies aren't bulletproof, not by any means, but maybe now is the time that we should take notes on appreciating the films and the filmmakers that we have while we have them. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny has been released to quite mixed reactions all across the board. The movie does have its defenders of people who love it, but more than anything, people's thoughts have ranged from iffy to overwhelmingly negative. Audiences have criticized the film for being too slow, not having enough action, relying too much on CGI, which it does, having a weak MacGuffin in the titular dial, being too derivative, and more. Some of these things come down to preference and the kinds of things a fan might look for in an Indiana Jones movie, and there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of these issues just come down to relentlessly nitpicking. I wouldn't say it's nitpicking.
No.
It's going back to what three of the greatest indie films were, and that's Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade, and how each of those adventures were told. To see what we got with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I'll admit did have some good parts.
We were just saying that, yeah.
Yeah. But of course, that fell apart after, depending on who you are, after the indie in the fridge scene, or even later on in the movie. But with Dial of Destiny, and someone who did go and see it, I enjoyed the first 20 minutes because it did remind me of, classic Indiana Jones films. And of course, as I said in my review, and I even said it last week, it reminded me of The Last Crusade in that opening sequence, that opening 20 minutes. That's what it reminded me of. But then after that, it's just there. It's just meh. I didn't care for Helena. I didn't care about the MacGuffin they were going after because they didn't really give me a reason to care about it. Yeah, it was Archimedes style. And yes, spoilers, so I'm going to go ahead and put the spoiler card up.
Oh, yay!
Oh, no. How terrible.
You can travel back in time, and you don't necessarily need... Yes, I'm finding that clip real quick. You don't necessarily need this to travel back in time. Let's see if I still have it on here or if I moved it. Well, I'll just play this one.
Correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Well, I don't think it's much of a spoiler. I think we all knew it was going to be dealing with time travel. That was very heavily hinted.
Yeah, it did.
I know it was, but just trying to be safe.
Oh, I know. I know.
Sorry.
You're being nice. You're being nice for once. That's good.
Well, I can't always be a jerk.
I can.
Yeah, being a jerk can be fun.
It's hard work, though. It's hard work.
But, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, her character, I found her annoying. Her snarky lines and, the smirk that she would make on her face, like, I'm better than you. It's like, oh, shut up. You could even throw the whip.
Yeah, I mean, she has now been in two of the lowest grossing Lucasfilm franchise films, Solo and now this one. And she was the most obnoxious character and unlikable character in
I
Solo.
can't. Well, the thing is, I can't say it's her fault that Solo had problems. At least they tried
No.
to.
That movie had problems from the beginning.
Yeah, it did. But the thing is, I'm not saying she's the one that tanked. I'm just saying she was in it. But the thing is, that even though her character is the worst character of the whole lot, it was the most obnoxious. It was a horrible character.
She's not memorable, man. The robot thing with.
Well, the only thing that she's memorable for is insinuating that Lando goes to her like the bard goes to the bear.
Yes, that was very odd. Why would Lando be interested in a robot with a female voice? But whatever.
Time to clean the fleshlight out, babes. They're night.
I we're gonna start in again laughing, but really, it's just.
I mean, if it's a fembot, I can see that, but you have to make sure the nipples don't shoot you.
Dude, it was quite obvious, though, from when we first saw Lando in Empire Strikes Back, that this guy was a womanizer and a ladies' man. So yes.
Yeah, and he was an elegant. He wasn't going to necessarily go after Annie. It's like
no.
And he liked the ladies only.
Yeah, I mean, the way he reacted to seeing Leia in Empire.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Oh, hello.
It's pretty
I
good.
reacted the same way. I mean, heck.
Pretty good.
We all reacted the same way when we saw that video of Selma Hayek the other day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's Lando. Hey, you want some Colt 45? Come on.
So this article goes on to say it doesn't help that this movie is being released during a summer that's swimming in CGI reliant blockbusters, or at least movies trying to be blockbusters. The Flash, Fast X, Transformers, Rise of the Beast, and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 are all circling Indy's latest adventure. Really, Dial of Destiny is a big, too expensive blockbuster that tells an emotionally driven story about a man's long, violent, promiscuous life catching up to him. There is action, but most of the action surrounds Indy in a way that still somehow manages to be thrilling. Ford was in his late 70s when they shot this. Would it really have been smart to try to make an action-heavy installment like Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark? Kid. Yes, this is my message to the author. It's not Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's just Raiders of the Lost Ark, or simply put, Raiders. There's nothing else associated with that. And
sadly, that's a Lucas thing. Sadly, that was a Lucas thing.
Yeah. And it goes on to say, and have him throwing punches left and right. There's a great supporting cast. John Williams' score still rocks. It doesn't rely on callbacks to the original movies. Yes, it does. There's callbacks to the original movies in the score. Oh boy!
And in the movie itself, you told me.
Yeah. And it has wonderful dramatic moments. Dial of Destiny is pretty great, but audiences still want to tear it down because it's not as good as the original movies. Because it's not. It's not.
Oh, don't mind those noises. I'm just getting my knives all ready to rip this thing apart when we're done. So,
the Indiana Jones movies are the types of movies that shape us in our childhood and adolescence. No follow-up will ever live up to that bar in our eyes, and that's okay.
Okay, I'm saving. Sharpening. I'm sharpening the knife. So
this tendency to brutalize big blockbuster releases is no stranger to the man who started it all, George Lucas. From the re-release of the original Star Wars trilogy in the mid 90s until just before the announcement that Disney bought Lucasfilm in the early 2010s, Lucas took ridiculous amounts of heat from all corners of the globe. There were complaints that there was too much CGI in these newer movies, too much cheesy dialogue, some of the questionable character choices, and much more. While these points are true to an extent, they were blown far out of proportion. People treated the Lucasfilm movies of the 90s and 2000s like they were The Room. Eventually, the Star Wars world Lucas created became too taxing for him and his family, and he made the difficult decision to sell Star Wars to Disney. That's because no one else in his family wanted it.
Right. I think he was hoping Jet would take it over.
Goes on to say, not only was this an understandable move, it would only work wonders for his reputation. So Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and the prequels were once criticized for the aforementioned reasons, while the CGI in these movies has remained looked down upon. Pretty much everything that they were once criticized for has taken on a newfound appreciation. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull might be terrible, but it's still a really good time. Well,
hey, Chase, did you hear that?
What's also interesting is that these people are the same things that Dial of Destiny has been put through the ringer for, but it's undoubtedly better than its predecessor. So if Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was able to take on new life, it's almost a guarantee that Dial of Destiny will. But here's the thing. Even with its flaws, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is a better movie. Despite its flaws, it's still a better movie than Dialysis.
Yeah, and I can understand people. Saying that it's that plot and stuff. But you can just forget about the plot, and you can still look at Crystal Skull as a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
The plot is a problem. I will always say it's a problem, but.
Well, yeah, and that's my problem. Is why I probably never will see it after that first viewing, because for a film that's the same length as the others, it seemed a hell of a lot longer. It was paced horribly, and got really confusing to me.
Yeah, well, it's like last Sunday when I was given the run times. An hour and 56 minutes for Temple of Doom, an hour and 58 minutes for Raiders of the Lost Ark, 2 hours and 2 minutes for The Last Crusade.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had 2 hours and 8 minutes for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the longest one over by a couple minutes.
Look,
it seemed a hell of a lot longer.
Like I said, the sons, Shia LaBeouf, Shia this. No.
Mulligans?
But the son I thought was enjoyable. I liked that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the 1950s, so of course it's going to say words like daddy-o.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just, that's
he was a greaser.
They did say. Right, he's a greaser, exactly.
Right.
I didn't think his character was bad. I liked the fact that Marion and Indy got married, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
I mean, I had no problem.
It's great. Yeah,
yeah,
I like that.
I had no problem with Mutt, but then you're hearing from behind the scenes about how much of a pain in the ass he was, and it's like, and I was sitting back thinking, damn, that's bad to hear because he could take over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some people are like, oh, you're being unfair to this movie and you're being like this. And we know even some people in this community are saying you're being unfair. But it's like, it's hard to think. I mean, it was funny. I'll bring this since, this is obviously connected with Disney. That Elemental, my brother was like, oh, we should go see that. Then he started reading about things in the movie. he doesn't say anything anymore.
No.
I don't think he wants to see it anymore. I really don't.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
You dodged that bullet. I'm proud of you. You still have Lightyear under you.
As long as I saw Top Gun in the theater, which I did, so that was really good. But yeah.
And Pat of Wannabe has a question for us.
Yeah.
And that question is, are we better or worse off having lived through cutting-edge computer animation that was basically Minecraft-level graphics?
The one thing that I think has hurt the industry, two things actually. One, the slow motion is just too much in movies. They have gone overboard with that.
The Matrix effect?
Yes, the Matrix effect, definitely. And then the CGI can be just too much. I thought certain things, even with Marvel's films, like, yeah, okay, that CGI looks pretty cool, but other stuff, it's like, it's too much. It's just too much CGI.
Well,
yeah.
No, people could sit back and say that about the films earlier, even though they weren't CGI and relying heavily on special effects. But I'm trying to remember the name of the one animation guy, the guy that was working on the original films. And he sat back and, basically tongue-in-cheek saying it was all special effects and thinking that, no, this is a good story with good characters. And the special effects complemented what was going on. It helped
they didn't take away from what was going on. They added to it.
Exactly. It brought you into this world. And some were... I might as well get to this part here since we're already talking about and you had that question. The big problem with Lucas with all this, he wanted to just go nuts with all the special effects. And the special effects started overtaking the stories in the prequel. And, my opinion about the prequels have not changed.
But you would still say that there's a cohesive story there because say that. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, my criticism is it has remained the constant same. He made several big mistakes with the Phantom Menace, and that was where he originally was going to have Anakin older, and then he turns around and has a younger kid, and he's a horrible director trying to direct a kid. And I feel sorry for Jake Lloyd for that. Having an older, like a 15-year-old, at least he's closer in age to Padme. And not only that, he's at that age of reason where the impact of him being taken away from his mother would be a lot stronger. He was also having a very Obi-Wan centric until he got to Coruscant with Anakin, and that's when he got Qui-Gon Jinn. I mean, it's great. You got a great actor coming in to play a Jedi. But it should have been Obi-Wan all the way across the board. It stays with what the story is about. But now you have Qui-Gon Jinn coming. He's taking the spotlight, and he dies.
Yeah, well, yeah.
that is not...
They do die, man. They do die, so...
Well, yeah, but the thing is when you have a character that heavy with that first film, and this is actually about Anakin and Obi-Wan meeting each other.
Right.
And now it's turned into this other character. It starts... Lucas didn't have those people telling him, hey, this is a bad idea. You stay with this course here. And he just went out full crazy. He needs, like any creative person, he needs to be reined in. He needs to be part of an inkling where, you bring it forward, you get proper criticism, good and bad, and obviously you ponder on it, and you make the decision off of it. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to follow what they're saying. Maybe you have another course. Hey, maybe I'll try this now. Lucas didn't have that. My criticism still stays to Lucas about that. Yeah, it is your baby, but there have been many other people that contributed to your story, including your former wife and Gary Kurtz.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I will constantly keep my criticism because that's where my criticisms are. I'm not hating Ahmad Best for playing Jar Jar Binks, but I think Jar Jar Binks should have been toned down, and he probably would have been a lot more funnier and a lot more of that comedic that they needed. But he was far too over the top.
Oh yeah, he was. I still don't like Jar Jar and Phantom Menace. That's just me, though. It never clicked. But in the second one, I was fine with it. There's a lot I still like about Attack of the Clones, especially Revenge of the Sith. But Phantom Menace, even like that ball thing, I mean, we can go and talk about this stuff until our eyes hurt, but until our ears bleed, whatever. But it's just, but as I always say, and other people say, "Oh, I didn't find anything to make fun of the Phantom Menace about," like I didn't find anything funny about that. I'm like, that's fine. You feel that way.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I've always told people, excuse me, that there's a cohesive story there. Excuse me, cohesive story. But yes, there's things you can find to criticize these movies about.
Right.
And less so, I would say, Revenge of the Sith, though.
Yeah, I mean, Revenge of the Sith was finally getting to the crux and what a lot of fans were wanting to see. And
yes.
With that, and of course, you sat back and through what they did with C-3PO. I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. It should not have been that way. But it was George Lucas trying too hard at that time to try to tie everything together. And it's like, no, just keep to the original plans.
You didn't want Anakin to build C-3PO, or
no. Okay. You know what? If I would sit back and tell Lucas that 3PO should have been on board the yacht, and when they all came on board, he was in the chamber there, and they take off and escape, and then when R2 comes back, that would be the first meeting between R2 and 3PO, and it's C-3PO sitting back saying his name is R2-D2, and boom, you would have and you would have that, hey, these two finally, their first time together, and maybe R2 makes a blurb at him, and you finally start seeing the first bickering between them. That would have been a ton better than what they did with C-3PO. And it goes against even what Lucasfilm was sitting back saying. Lucasfilm was putting out left and right before the movies that C-3PO was like 100 and some years old already.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will always criticize certain things about the prequels about is some of the dialogue. Like, we've had better dialogue in Star Wars before, and even I would say Andor had quality dialogue. There was a lot of deep drama there, but Star Wars is just some of the things, like it's cold in space, like or hold me like you did on Naboo. It's like,
And the guys whining about us being critical of the writing, all the way back even to the original trilogy. People were making fun of the writing.
Yes, that's true. And it was the OT. I mean, overall, I would say it's solid. Star Wars, I wouldn't say is known for the greatest writing ever, but it's still solid. And Empire Strikes Back had some really good writing, and Star Wars had some really good writing, and I would say even Return of the Jedi had some really good writing as well.
And and when he sits back and says a follow-up, being so hard, well, Empire Strikes Back, schmuck. Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
They consider that the greatest of the original trilogy, better than the first film. Boom.
And real quick, Bill says Pacific, and on this, the 121st episode of Pop Talk, Bill. We're close to 200 episodes of Pop Talk. Thank you very much. Yes. As a baseball guy, I keep track of the stats.
Yeah, he does. But and my criticisms still remain of the Crystal Skull. And even if I, when I do see it, which will be on the streaming service, the style of diversity. Now it depends on what I sit back and say. It's like, what I've always sat back and said is the sequel trilogy, so-called sequel trilogy, made the prequel trilogy look like, classics. That was the best PR work that they could have done for the prequel trilogy. And the one thing is, even before the sequel trilogy came out, I can go back and watch Phantom Menace. I can go back and watch it again.
Same here.
Dude, you could watch Phantom Menace in 3D. And you would still enjoy. You would still find things you enjoy about it.
I did.
I went and saw Phantom Menace on opening day, and there were things I liked about it and things I didn't like about it.
People went back
Yeah.
groups of friends all the time to watch that movie 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
Yeah.
Stuff like Revenge of the Sith just kept going and going and going and going and
Right.
going and going. I mean, it wouldn't stop. People were cheering in the I think they were cheering for sequel trilogy stuff, but I remember all the cheering that went on, especially when Darth Sidious and Yoda are gonna fight. I heard loud cheers, man.
Well, right, and that's just the thing about the only film I could probably sit back and watch as a sequel trilogy, if I really put my mind to, is The Force Awakens. I cannot watch the other two. There's no way I can watch those other two. But the first 6 films, yeah, I can watch any of those anytime.
Yep. That's how I feel. Like, look, I'm not the biggest fan of even stuff like Temple of Doom when it comes to like Indiana Jones, but I still like it. I still can watch that movie and I enjoy it.
Of the first 3, it was the poorest, but it doesn't mean it was bad.
No. Phil,
and that's the difference.
He runs around on a horse.
Hey, Phil, what's your take on Bears?
He's ready to go. Yeah, we're gonna get Paul to play that game. We're gonna tell him it's like, dude, this is amazing fantasy game. There's gonna be great stuff you can do. We're gonna influence Paul. But
my big question, if I had a chance to talk to George,
How about new?
my question I'd have to ask George Lucas: did it hurt when this guy shoved his nose up your ass without warning? This guy who wrote this. This guy is, talk about simping, man.
Yeah,
it's like George Lucas deserves criticism for when he doesn't do things right. And again, my criticism has not changed. Not even with the sequel trilogy. My criticism for the Crystal Skull has not changed. But I can't compare it to this new one. I can compare it to the other 3, and it is the poorest of, if you want to include those 4 films. It is the poorest.
Yeah, no, well, you should include them. I mean, it's always funny to me when people are like, those films don't exist, but they do, man. You can believe, you can block them out in your mind all you want, but they still exist.
Yeah. So this guy is just so full of shit. It's just...
Yeah. Oh, well, that's why I'm even looking at the rest of the article. I'm going, I don't really want to read the rest of this.
Yeah. Obviously, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and he doesn't know us. He's in that little bubble world of, I don't know what it is, circle jerks of bears. I don't know.
I just really don't know, man. I mean, if someone said, hey, what would you do for an Indiana Jones film? Well, I'll tell people this. Sala's going to be a big part of it. Definitely Marion is going to come back.
Right.
Indiana Jones is, if he's going to go on some kind of adventure and we want some time travel stuff, then, it's going to be an awesome adventure. And if he ends up, for some reason, if I was going to ever kill off a character that's iconic like that, it's going to dang well mean something.
Right.
I don't
exactly.
He wouldn't have to be killed off too. He could just, it could be a happy ending like some of this other stuff, and nothing's wrong with that. I don't know. I mean, from what Crit told me, it just ends, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Mike, you saw it too. You said it just ends. So that's weird.
It's like, that's the ending? Okay, well, you know what?
Yeah. And to address that one thing he sat back and said in there about, it's coming out with all these other big films. They're all doing horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no film this summer that's making money at the bank.
Except for these lower budget films we're talking about.
Yep. They're making money. And so, I think Mission Impossible is going to make a ton of money. I think Oppenheimer is going to do well. I don't... those movies have both been marketed very well. We'll see, though.
I think Oppenheimer is going to be very respectable in the theater. Yeah. I do think that the big hit this year will be this Mission Impossible film. This is going to make all the other ones embarrassed. It's going to embarrass Flash, Dial of Destiny.
I just can't see it not. It's funny. We go back to like the first film, Baron. And it was like, it was pretty good, but the whole thing about who the villain was, like, I don't know about this. And then the second one, it's like, oh man, there's so much action with John Woo and then whatever. But I didn't mean to cut you off, Baron. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I kind of was at the end of that there. I mean,
Okay.
Really, you take a look at all these other Transformers. All these films are doing bad. This film's going to make it's going to have them embarrassed. And yeah, it's a big budget film. I'm not saying that big budget films won't be doing good, but I think people are getting a little tired of some of these, and they rely too much on flashing gimmicks.
Dude,
Now,
even Pixar, it's like, look, do you guys realize even Toy Story 4 made money? Why? Because it's still, there's a plot there. There's still characters you like. It's just that it's still good for kids. It's just, you guys, why did people like Soul? I mean, you can just go on and on with this stuff. So you've had now 2 movies from Pixar that have bombed. And it's just, get some people back in there. Get a Lasseter person type in there again. And, start being like, you guys want to make money? Why are we going along with all this agenda stuff? And I think that's the biggest problem.
Right. Because that's all they care about right now, Cash.
But I will
the only thing they care
guys,
about right now is pushing their agenda down our throats.
It's
well,
the agenda,
how
though.
are we responding? By not going to the movies. Look at the box office.
Right.
We're responding.
But it's also like stuff like Lightyear, I can tell you guys, that didn't probably need to be made. And if it did, it's not even the agenda in that movie, as I told you guys before. It's the plot is stupid and his crew is dumb. Well, we already know Buzz Lightyear. If you watch any of the animated movies, they're quirky, they're fun, they're cool. You're like, oh, this is a crew I want to be on. But with these people, they're idiots. Like, they say the same joke 5 different times. You guys are going to tell me that's good writing? Like, it just...
No.
My brain explodes in. You hear from other people that you know, friends, other people. Oh, I heard it was a fun movie. Well, good for you if you enjoyed it. But even kids, they weren't laughing at the movie.
Right.
That's a bad sign. Yes.
Even Cars 2, as poor of a film as that, is better.
Cars 2 is better. It's like Mater's Greatest Tales, as I like to call it.
Yeah, it should have been just Mater.
Yes. I agree. Yeah, even Cars 3 was quite enjoyable too. It's just, what are you guys doing? I hope Pixar wakes up. I really do. I hope they wake up. I really do.
But they're under the thumb of Disney.
I was going to say, in order for Pixar to wake up, Disney itself has to wake up, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
I don't either, unfortunately.
And like I said, I don't see Pixar on the chopping block anytime soon.
No.
For Disney.
No.
I mean...
no, and as far as those rumors from a few weeks ago saying, oh, George Lucas might be buying back Star Wars, the hell he is.
No. I can see if they do sell Lucasfilm and go to the company, and I can see them coming forward and saying, George, you want to be our consultant? What can we do? I can see that.
If anything was going to happen, there should be like a GoFundMe thing, and a lot of the fans, including us, we all get together, we put money in, and then would we ever have enough to actually buy Lucasfilm if it was on the chopping block? That's an interesting question, I think.
The way it's going now, yeah.
Yep. Maybe so.
The value of Lucasfilm, I'm sure, is not there. I don't think they could get $4 billion for it. I don't think they can. No.
Wow, $4 billion. Wow.
No.
I don't remember the exact figure that Disney paid for Power Rangers when they bought Power Rangers, but they did pay a good amount of money for that franchise, and then when they sold it back to Saban, it wasn't even worth the amount of money that it was originally sold for.
Right. And that's just it. I mean, I joked. I just joked about the whole thing. It's like, yeah, if George Lucas does buy it back, he's going to get it, at a discount. He's going to come out ahead. It's like Mr. Burns in the power plant.
That's true. Yeah.
So, moving on to this article from Bounding into Comics. It says, after Indiana Jones craters at the box office, actress Hayley Atwell says Mission Impossible is the most extraordinary adventure franchise you've ever seen. This is by John F. Trent. It was posted on the 5th of July. And it starts off by saying, shortly after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny cratered at the box office with an abysmal 60 million opening weekend, Paramount Pictures released a new clip showcasing the film's epic train sequence that sees actress Haley Atwell describe the Mission Impossible franchise as the most extraordinary adventure franchise you've ever seen. The new Mission Impossible featurette featured. Actually, it says begins. I know I'm writing my own article. Begins with director Christopher McQuarrie saying, when we started talking about this movie in terms of a sense of adventure, an action sequence on a train was something that we always wanted to do. We wanted to build upon the previous films and apply all the knowledge to something practical and real and bring this train sequence to another level, he adds. From there, McQuarrie details how they had to build the entire train from scratch, explaining there was not surplus of trains available to be wrecked. We had to build the train if we wanted to destroy it. To shoot it practically was extremely challenging, he continues, not just to execute, but to design all the different train cars. And it could actually function on a working railroad track. Goes on to say, no one else in the world is doing this level of practical filmmaking, and it may never be done again.
Don't be so sure of that.
As for the fight scene on top of the train between Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt and Esai Morales Gabriel, the film's stunt coordinator and second unit director Wade Eastwood explains the difficulty. The train sequence takes us on an adventure that is absolutely huge. We have this big fight on the roof going 60 miles per hour, going through a real valley. Esai Morales adds, I've done fight scenes, but to do them on a movie train was trial by fire. That's how Tom likes to do things. He does. He likes to live on the seat of his pants.
Oh, yeah.
Haley Atwell also states, when you're hanging off a train carriage, Tom is a great person to have beside you. Not only is he fearless, he's always looking to see how it's going to land for the audience. He does. He cares about this franchise. He wants this franchise to succeed with its seventh installment.
Yeah.
As with a number of stunts they put together for this film, McQuarrie notes the difficulty is not just in coordinating the stunt work, but actually capturing it on the various cameras in order to turn it into a cinematic experience. Crashing the train involved multiplying factors of difficulty. Every single camera had exactly one shot of getting it right, he shares. Cruise adds, it's not just a matter of going off, because if we do it all, we don't capture it right. What's the point? I mean, Tom Cruise, from what we've all heard before, is he's a perfectionist when it comes to his movies. He wants it to be the movie that everybody's talking about by the time everybody sees it. As the featurette ends with the train plummeting off the bridge, McQuarrie states, everything you are seeing in this spectacular train sequence is done to invest the audience in these characters. Atwell then asserts Mission Impossible is the most extraordinary adventure franchise you've ever seen. You can only do it with a team like this and an actor like Tom, McQuarrie concludes. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 arrives in theaters July 12th, or in some areas. I know I checked a couple listings in different cities, and they had some special screenings this weekend. And in my area, we're actually going to be getting it on Tuesday. So just check your local listings, folks.
Well, there's some very important things to put here. And you know what? Is it safe for me to sit back and say that Tom Cruise and his character, Ethan Hunt, is our James Bond?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's done 7 films, practical effects. He's doing dangerous stunts. Even in this film, he's 60 freaking years old?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not going out there gushing as a big, huge fan. I have something to confess, folks. I have not seen a Mission Impossible film, but now I'm really interested in seeing it. Even with the way they treat a certain character in the first one. I'm kind of tempted to start going through all these. But when it comes down to it, when he says that probably won't see practical effects like this, this comes out and with the practical effects and becomes a hit like this, and the praises for it, you might start seeing more of those coming back. Because the CGI is getting worse and worse when it should be getting better and better.
Yeah, it should be getting better. They're just relying on it because it's just laziness, man. Yeah.
Right. And not only that, it was supposed to be cheaper to do, and now it's becoming more and more expensive.
Of course.
Yeah. And just imagine this. Say Mission Impossible rolls like gangbusters.
Yeah.
As many of the industry insiders are saying it should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would make 2 summers in a row that Tom Cruise has had a movie that's done very well at the box office.
Mm-hmm. And if they do the second one next year...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could it be... And yeah, as much as we like to poke fun at Tom Cruise too for his wackiness...
Yeah, he can definitely
Could it be that Tom Cruise right now is just offering us movies that we actually want to go to the theater and see?
Right.
Yeah.
And more importantly, you can see he's enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I mean, 60 years old, he's doing this. He realizes that this franchise is really, that and, obviously Top Gun are 2 films that, boom, you think of when you have Tom Cruise. I also think about Risky Business, but it's more about Rebecca De Mornay than him in that one. But, he, at that age, he's really getting this surge of popularity again. He is becoming the box office draw now. Mm-hmm. And you got to give kudos. And it comes down, even though he's kooky, and let's face it, a lot of people in Hollywood are, and it's fun to make fun of.
Yes, yes.
He has that finger in the pulse. He knows what people want. And more importantly, he enjoys doing it. He's not looking down on it.
No, it's not. I mean, last year when Maverick came out, and to have that short little video before the movie started for him to say, thank you for coming to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I know part of the reason was because of the coof and everything. And, last summer was really the first summer where people could start going back to the movies like they used to again.
Mm-hmm.
But, all the care that he takes, even though there is that audio out there of him getting ticked off because, as they're filming this movie, there were some people that weren't following the protocols that they had for the set.
Mm-hmm.
That just shows you how much he cares about wanting to get these projects done and done right.
And let's face it, there's a lot of tension on these films sometimes. A person's bound to go off. It's not that he's constantly doing it. We got the one time he did it, and look how bad he is. No, I mean, everybody on a set eventually loses their cool in one fashion or another, and they have different ways of venting that out. I mean, when you're knowing that, how much money is being done in this film and it's resting on you, and this might, if it doesn't do well, it might ruin your career.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, look at, David Hasselhoff and being filmed with the cheeseburger on the floor. We still like him. Mm-hmm. He's still a likable guy. Except, he slipped. He fell. Getting back to drinking. To fully pin something 100% on one or two certain little situations is not fair.
Yep.
I mean, it's fair to make fun of him with Scientology and jumping on couches and such, but like you were saying, he had that that introduction before the film. Look at his ex-wife, and she's doing those commercials for AMC, walking in there, eating popcorn, watching the film, and saying about coming to the theater. But the sad thing is there's nothing to come and see the theaters for.
Yeah. Hey, Phil, I just want to let you know, don't you have some candy to steal from kids? You should go check that out outside.
He already did that. He's going to come to your neighborhood now and steal the candy and have you come out with that 9-iron.
Oh, man. Oh, Phil McCracken, dude. He's something. Anyways.
Yeah, he is something, all right.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought I'd live in an age where I could sit back and say Tom Cruise is now probably the biggest draw in theaters. I never thought I'd say that, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think that anything with Indiana Jones on it would be boom.
Oh, it should.
And it's not. Yeah.
I know.
And having it tank like that, it's like we never think of that. But it's just it's bizarro world out there.
Yes.
Russell Brand making sense. I never thought that would ever happen.
Yeah.
But he is.
I know. Maybe Katy Perry's double D slapping in the face a few times knocked some sense in him. I don't know.
That's hard to say.
That's some more fake news there, Phil. But try again, you Yankee.
So moving on to another article. This one comes from Variety, and it's talking about Facebook's, or whatever they want to call themselves, Meta.
Yeah.
Their Threads versus Twitter. I'm sure some people have seen some of that news about how Mark Zuckerberg's trying to go after the Twitter crowd.
Right.
Well, it says Threads versus Twitter, 5 ways Instagram's new app comes up short for now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is by Todd Spangler. It goes on to say, with this article being posted on July 6th, should you ditch Twitter in favor of Instagram's Threads, which looks quite a lot like a clone of Twitter. Meta launched Threads, a controversial tech-centric app tied to Instagram, on Wednesday, a day earlier than expected. The internet giant sees an opportunity to take on Twitter, controlled by tech mogul Elon Musk, which has been beset by various technical and business issues since he acquired the company. I think there should be a public conversations app with 1 billion plus people on it, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg wrote in a Threads post. Twitter has had the opportunity to do this, but hasn't nailed it. Hopefully we will. Yeah, and how many privacy laws are you guys going to violate at the same time?
Oh, I'm saving my knives until we get further along with the story.
All right. Threads hit 30 million signups as of Thursday, Zuckerberg posted in a post. Feels like the beginning of something special, but we've got a lot of work ahead to build our app. The CEO wrote, that sounds like a big number, but it represents less than 1.5% of Instagram's 2 billion plus monthly active users. Moreover, the far more meaningful metric will be how many people continue to actively use Threads going forward. That said, compared to other Twitter wannabes, Threads has an enormous advantage in that it's designed to activate an account on the app using an existing Instagram profile and prompts you to follow the same accounts in your Instagram feed.
Then why not use Instagram?
Yeah. It's obviously early days, but here are 5 areas where Threads trails Twitter, at least initially. You can't set Threads to view only posts from accounts you follow. Out of the gate, this seemed to be the biggest issue users called out. Threads shows you post from not just the people you follow, but a range of other accounts you don't. Well, so does Twitter.
Yeah.
So does Twitter. I've seen tweets from people I don't even follow, and it's like, why am I seeing this?
Same here.
Given that Threads is literally in its startup phase, this approach appears designed to ensure users don't see a blank space when they opened the app. Instagram head Adam Mosseri, replying to several users who asked whether threads could be set to see only followed accounts, said it's on the list for future enhancements. It should have been there from day one. You want to be a serious competitor to Twitter, you should have things set on day one that make your platform stand out over Twitter.
Right. I'm still holding back.
No web interface. You can read threads on the service's website, threads.net, but right now you can't post, repost, like, or comment on the web. Well, you couldn't do that with Instagram before either. You could sign up, but that's about it. Masuri, in response to a user asking about this, said the priority is the mobile apps, but we are working on the web version.
They should have been together.
Yeah. And this is just my opinion, but I think that response says we weren't even considering a web browser.
Right.
And it goes on to say you can't delete your Threads profile without deleting your Instagram account. Now that's stupid.
Right. Well, welcome to that insidious world. But go on.
Yep. As noted by TechCrunch, Meta says in its supplemental privacy policy for Threads, you may deactivate your Threads profile at any time, but your Threads profile can only be deleted by deleting your Instagram account. That may give users pause about adopting Threads.
And don't kid yourself. That was planned.
Yeah.
That's not a mistake. That's not an error. That's not a bug. That was the plan.
Yep. And it goes on to say no ability to search posts. Right now, the search function in Threads only lets you find user accounts. Instagram said that we'll be adding a number of new features to help you continue to discover threads and creators you're interested in, including improved recommendations in feed and a more robust search function that makes it easier to follow topics and trends in real time. Right.
I love this one.
It's not available in the EU. Currently, Threads is unavailable in European Union countries right now. Maseri, in an interview with The Verge, said that the app has not been released in the region because of complexities with complying with some of the laws coming into effect next year. Apparently, a reference to the EU's Digital Markets Act.
Yeah, wait until I keep on going. But
I will.
I know.
Another hurdle for. I know you're readying your phasers and photon torpedoes.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're shitheads.
Another hurdle for Threads. There is no monetization right now. The lack of advertising in Threads may be a plus in terms of user experience, but the absence of an ad model is a negative for Meta's business. For now, Instagram is not focused on generating revenue by serving up ads on Threads, according to Masuri. Honestly, not the priority right now. He wrote Wednesday, so humbled by everyone signing up. We got to make sure this is an app people want to keep using before we worry about making money. Well, wouldn't you want to make money with your new app right out of the gate? This way you can support it? I don't know. I'm no business major, but that's what I think I'd want to do. Make sure you have finances coming in.
Right.
All right. It goes on to say that said, Threads longer term could pad Meta's bottom line incrementally to the tune of 1% to 3% per year once it reaches maturity. Wells Fargo analyst Ken Gorelski, I probably said that wrong, opined in a research note. And then it says other features not available in Threads currently include DMs, language translation, the ability to edit posts, and the ability to easily switch among multiple accounts. But overall, Threads is a 1.0 product release. Feels like a fairly solid release, even given the areas where it can improve. One key area to watch is that Instagram is pledging to make Threads interoperable with other social networks via decentralized Activity Pub protocol, which is supported by apps including Mastodon.
Yeah.
The biggest advantage Threads has over Twitter, that may be that Threads is not under the thumb of a right-leaning. Yeah, okay, all right. We don't need to go on what the heck.
Boy.
Oh, I mean, right there, that last paragraph.
That last paragraph tells you everything.
So, but okay, my knives are ready here. Todd Spangler, you're a fuckwit. I'm going to start off with that.
Wait, hold on, Baron. I've got the perfect clip because I can sense your inner Klingon coming out.
Please.
He said, "Today is a good day to die."
It is, and I got. I brought this article up on my screen here so I can go through and read this. Now, first of all, before we begin, the legal problems and why Elon is going after Meta is the fact that it's not just the fact that a lot of Twitter people ran over there; they took coding with them. They stole the coding, which is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
That is, in a sense, that's corporate espionage. So yes, there is a perfect reason why you have Elon going after him, but you're not going to hear that from these schmucks. So we're going through here, and let's go. You can't see Threads. Okay, yippee skippy. But no web interface. Again, like you said, obviously they weren't even thinking about that. Don't kid yourself. You can't delete Thread profile without deleting your Instagram account. Yeah, they made that so even if you regret joining Threads, they still keep you there. You can't join and go, this sucks, and leaves because it will destroy your Instagram. Now, again, why do they need to have Threads? They got Instagram. Just push Instagram more. But no, yeah. So let's have the short bus brother come out here and play the game. No. So that is absolutely 100% behind because this is Mark Zuckerberg. No ability for searches, of course, not available in the EU. Now, why? Why isn't it? Because again, you have Instagram in the EU, right? You follow the same rules. If you're piggybacking the sucker off of Instagram, you already know what the playing field is. It's not what we don't know what things are going to be in another year. Bullshit! There's probably more problems you can imagine that they're not letting us know. Because the EU would be more than happy of something, but again, what happens in there? Is there what is it that the EU is not liking above and beyond this? There's more problems behind this. Now, as it goes, how many people have been zucked on Facebook? How many? And over nothing.
Many have.
Yes. Yeah, so you wake up one day after putting an opinion piece, your opinion on something, and you say, sorry, you can't do anything for 24 hours or a week or even a month, or hey, your account's gone. This bastion of
yeah, your account's gone because we don't agree with what you said. It goes against our beliefs.
Right, this Mark Zuckerberg people, right there. He not only did he pull up Bill Gates with stealing the coding, he's going out there and making sure you do not have freedom.
And
while sitting back saying you will. And again, you bypass that last part, but depending on your level of trust in Meta, which has been accused of anti-competitive behavior, violating privacy law in multiple countries, and enabling vast networks of pedophiles through the Instagram, they have. Mm-hmm. That's more than an accusation. That is absolute 100% pure, plain, simple fact.
Yeah, and I would hope on Instagram they'd actually clean all that up. I thought about finally using Instagram, but of course it's owned by Meta or Facebook. What a stupid name, Meta.
Yeah.
We needed it to sound better. No, Facebook was, the name was fine.
But Cash, it's so meta.
I know, it's
Yeah.
so meta.
Well,
Come
what do
on,
you expect
Cash.
from a lizard man? I mean, when they say it might be a choice between evils, no, there's only one evil here.
Phil McCracken?
There is one evil. Oh yeah, besides, okay, now we have two. But it's Zuckerberg and his little bullshit plan here is what it is. Now, you know, they say controversial tech. Yeah, there's a reason why it is controversial across the board. You're saying about the no money? They don't really care off the bat about the money. They're more than happy to go with that because they want to sucker people in, and now, we got you. And how many of these new subscribers are real?
Good point. Yeah.
How many? I mean, just like Jess Sparks said in here, where was that? He only heard about Threads a few days ago. You know what?
Right.
The same here. I hadn't really heard about Threads until it came out, and then they said that Elon was pissed off. And of course, they're trying to make it look like Elon's just being pissy at, and he's not. He has a legitimate complaint. And I'm not being a Elon Musk simp here.
Yeah.
I'm amused by Elon Musk. It doesn't mean I trust him.
But just like Variety and EU, Entertainment Weekly, like they have to spin it for their nonsense. And I'm going to call it what it is nonsense, because we don't just use Twitter. The thing is, look, even my brother still uses Meta or Facebook or whatever you call it for friends and stuff. He doesn't get involved in all that political stuff, whatever.
No.
And you don't have to. But if you do, you know, it's like that movie of Robin Williams movie. And if you do, but no, Good Morning Vietnam. It's like that, Baron, you know. And if you do, but it's not good, man. It's just they even your own friends, like they just can't stop there. And I hate to say it, TDS, but let's be honest here. They also have EDS, and they've got. You can go down the list, but it's embarrassing, man. And so I got tired of Facebook a few years back, and I was like, I'm not using this again. I'm tired of seeing this political crap from friends of mine that I went to college with. Sick of it.
It's when the shit goes to
using
me.
it. Yeah.
It's fun, but then again, you risk having an account go. So, but still, it's fun while you're doing it. But the thing is, you know, when they say about people that you don't know and whatever, Twitter's got that. And dare I say, when you're on Facebook, right, you're going across, and they make all this advertisement look like something you're subscribed to, and you start finding that there's 2 or 3 in a row.
Right. And how many
they're trying to,
more? Go ahead.
They're trying to fool you into hitting that click because you think it might be something you are subscribed to.
Right. And how many more social media platforms do we need to be a part of that's going to steal our information? Oh, that's not happening. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Misuse our information. Oh, that's fine. Is it though? No, it's not.
I mean, Lizard Boy Zuck, he got slapped for it.
He did.
Remember that with Facebook? You want that with this? And again, why do it? You got Instagram.
Yep.
Boost up Instagram. Give some muscles Instagram. Clean up Instagram.
That's right.
And that might be the problem. Maybe people don't want to go to Instagram because of all the things that this guy is trying to brush off at the end with all that crap. So, I mean, so here's a way that you don't get rid of Instagram. Because if you do get rid of this Threads, it gets rid of Instagram. Let's make sure we have as many fake accounts started, because I can't believe there was 30 million like that. There'd be a lot more hoopla if it was truly the case.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what is the state of Instagram right now? I don't know. I honestly don't.
I'm not
it's
sure.
a legitimate question.
I know people, it can be good for pictures and it's good.
Right.
You just need to stay away from the crap that's been going on recently. But it doesn't mean you need to tell people and be like, oh, you heard about this? You should be off Instagram because this is like, I don't think they're going to that stuff, but it shouldn't be on Instagram. If you're going to clean up this crap, clean it up.
Yeah.
I mean, just like with Twitter, on Instagram, you find people that say, I can help your YouTube channel grow. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah,
right. Well, I mean, even then, just like you're saying about these posts that come across that you don't know who the hell they are, you're streaming across there, and all of a sudden, here's a woman with her legs spread in a good beaver shot. It's like, what the hell is that doing there? And I'm in church, and it's like thinking that, it's like that was unsolicited. I didn't want that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How much chance do you have that, especially in a world like Instagram that doesn't give a fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, Spock is right that Instagram is great for memes. But I think Twitter's pretty great for it, too.
Yeah, it is. Right. I mean, there's a big difference between going hamada hamada over Selma Hayek swimming and a woman performing a sex act, or even worse, Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, man.
I don't think Threads is going to go because, again, like we said, there's a glut. You got Instagram, you got Twitter. Yeah. Instagram was kind of always a little bit of a competition, but obviously not as much as that. And let's not forget TikTok now is in the game.
Yeah.
And obviously you don't necessarily post, you have little videos, but I mean, still, a lot of people have gravitated to doing TikToks now.
Yeah, they do. Another place that, but this time it's a foreign country that steals your information. But yeah,
right. Yeah, China. Yeah,
right.
And I do want to say hello to Lorenzo. How you doing, Lorenzo? Good to see you.
Hey, Lorenzo, and hey, Spock.
Yep. Hi, you two. I mean, Zuckerberg. At least that's Earthbound. Zuckerberg steals all the information for the Greys and the reptiles. His people.
I believe Zuckerberg might be an alien from another planet. I really believe that. I really believe
he's a Gorn. He's a Gorn.
Have you ever seen V? He's one of the visitors. He's one of the visitors that Oh yeah. I'm talking about the '84 one. Definitely, it's like he's from V. I mean, he's a visitor.
He's got to be an alien. He just has to be.
And
put that on Twitter later. Good question. Yeah.
Everyone's been. A lot of people have been joking about that. He's either a robot. He's one of the an reptile alien or whatever. I mean, and by the way, YouTube. I'm just kidding. I don't believe that really. Anybody else?
It's a joke, YouTube.
Right.
Ha funny. Laughter.
Right. I mean, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist.
Right.
This guy just was an illegitimate child of a Cray computer. That's all.
Well, dude, look at what's also happened with Bill Gates and stuff. You're like, Bill Gates, the man who helped basically create Microsoft and stuff. What the hell has happened to you? Some of these tech people, and Bezos can be a problem too. Yeah.
Zuckerberg's
got his problems too, but I will say everyone's got his problems too.
But he's at least more entertaining.
He is.
I'll put that. I mean, and I'm going to say this. It's like watching an entertaining Bond villain.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and I'm not saying he is, but it's like that's what it's like watching. But good old Zuckerberg is following the same path as Bill Gates here. Yeah. Bill Gates stole the basic platform from Windows from Apple. It's proven that. That's why the one lawsuit happened, and he lost, and had to do non-voting stock in the Apple. Zucky is now doing it with this, stealing the platform from Twitter. Like begets like. One lizard to another lizard.
Yep, and then you've got Variety and Entertainment Weekly, and even places like WCCF Tech, which is willing to censor. They don't want comments. I think Variety allows comments, but I think you have to pay for it. I don't know. It's some subscription thing, but no, it's all they want to be in their other echo chamber and so on.
Right.
It's just,
and these are the same. These are the same fuckwits that were kissing Elon's ass.
They were
before he bought Twitter.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
They were.
And the biggest threat he had was, "I'm going to have freer speech on Twitter."
That's right. Oh, that pissed him off. Yep.
That is radical right wing. How is that radical right wing? Not suppressing things is radical left wing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's amazing to me. Just amazing. And Twitter, feels a little bit better about speech. A little bit. Won't say much,
Yeah.
but a little bit. Just a
Yeah,
little bit.
it's a little better, yeah.
Little bit.
I mean, it's not a perfect platform, no. But, I mean, you can get away with a little bit more. You can breathe a little bit better in there. Yeah, you don't have to look over your shoulders as much.
Just a little bit, but people are still getting censored on there too. Some people are getting banned.
Yeah.
Other people are like, why is this person getting banned? This makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I honestly don't see, other than this Todd Spangler, who obviously had to have a lotion bottle and Kleenex as he was writing this article, being part of this new Threads. I mean, how many people here? How many people in the chat are going to go and try this Threads? Honestly,
I won't.
I won't.
I'm going to use anything. I'll use Instagram.
Let's do it this way for everybody who's watching, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Kick, whether you're watching on Rumble. If you're gonna open a Threads account, put a 1. If you're not gonna do it, put a 2.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas.
Yep.
So 1 and a 2, folks. So.
Yes. 1 if you're going to open a Threads account, Facebook's answer to Twitter, or 2, hell no. Hell no, I'm not going to do that.
I think at this point, just get Instagram for the memes or other stuff. You can even use it to advertise your channel or advertise something else.
That's what I do. I advertise the content that's on the channel, whether it's Pop Talk or the gaming stream. That's what I use it for.
There, I did that wrong. Here, I'm going to correct that. Boom. There's my 2. There's my 2 in the chat. No, I mean, again, we're getting...
And Wolfstead, good to see you.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean... I'm sure it was also rushed a little bit. They're trying to go out there and, we gotta get this going, we gotta save the universe from that evil, horrible Elon. Well, I think far less of Zucky than him. And let's face it, he stole Facebook. It was those twins that did the Facebook. And let's not forget what Facebook was made for. Facebook was made for college students. Mm-hmm. And basically, Mark Zuckerberg was hoping he could get laid because of it. No shitting. That's what it was all about. No one was wanting to, have him get shagged from him. But that was what it was. And they got upset when moms and such started using Facebook, and other people that were not in the college set. And now look what it's become.
Yeah, and all those people were screwing each other. And when he says that Social Network movie wasn't real, I just laugh. I'm like, I think that's pretty much what happened. I really do. Those are some people who have massive egos. All of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's innocent. And Steve Jobs isn't innocent.
No.
Bill Gates isn't innocent. None of these people are innocent. It's a cutthroat world, man. Yeah. They're out there, and of course, corporate espionage. Everybody's got, when you got the big stuff going, you got corporate espionage. But even with these channels, we got a corporate espionage. I know, Mark, good old Restman is watching us and stealing what we're doing to go over the EBN with. I know it. Corporate espionage. Phil told me this.
Oh my gosh.
And real quick, I do want to say hello to Wolverine. Good to see you.
Hello.
But yeah, I mean, really, honestly, it's
crazy.
It's not necessary. It really isn't necessary for Facebook to create yet another social media platform when they already have 2.
It doesn't, but it's Zuckerberg. It's just like stuff Bezos does. It's the things Tim Cook does. Look, however you feel about Steve Jobs, at least the man was trying to always innovate.
Right.
This man, Tim Cook, is just a business person. I've even talked to people at the Apple store about this. I said, don't you guys want somebody like Steve Jobs back?
Well, yeah. I mean, Steve Jobs might not have been the technical guy, but he was the visionary.
Yeah.
And let's face it, and this is no offense, a lot of technical people don't have are not visionaries because they're not focused on that. They're focused on making this machine and making it better.
Yep.
But their jobs is going out there going, hey, what can we do to use this technology and, more importantly, make money?
Yep, exactly. And Phil, I just want to say I'm not taking your bait. Baron's not taking your bait. Mike's not taking your bait.
What is Phil here?
Oh, yeah,
Phil's here.
Around.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I don't. Phil who? I don't know what Phil you're talking about.
Who is this Phil? What is this Phil? Why is this Phil?
I heard he's a Yankee and he lives in Delaware, and he's best friends with Joe Biden. So that's pretty.
And
something.
a Yankees fan.
So they go out on weekends to get ice cream together.
Right.
I think so. I think they go to Dairy Queen and have a good time and stuff. Talk about different flavors of ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah, they go biking and then they find
bars. Don't forget the Buster Bars.
Buster Bars, yeah. And then they go biking and he's more. Hey, this is where we're going to have your memorial right here. The big statue of you on your bicycle at this spot. So all I can say, Phil, is
no coupons for you, Phil.
That's
right.
None.
Yeah.
None.
You know the reason why?
I'm cracking. Worst troll ever.
That's why.
I just had to bring that up, but continue, Baron.
I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about anymore. Thanks, Phil.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's just
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just
tech
talking
is
about
dirty.
these. Tech is dirty. The thing is, like Bezos is like, yes. Do I like things that I've bought on Amazon? Sure.
Yeah.
But when you peel the layers of Jeff Bezos, didn't Jeff Bezos also say that the Washington Post was going to be balanced? Oh, did he now? He did say that.
The hell you say?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He did say that though. He said it was going to be unbiased.
Right. And just like Threads is going to be free and all that. No, it's not.
That's right. Bullshit.
It's going to be an echo chamber little device, and the reason why they're all pissy because they view Twitter having free speech is the biggest threat there is in the world.
Yep.
Anytime you have someone going out there saying that free speech is the biggest threat to democracy or any of that, is a goddamn fool, and I mean it that way. I'm sorry. It's just it's the silence people because they hurt my feelings.
Yeah, my feelings.
Wait a minute.
Right.
You guys hurt my feelings all the time, and we're also here.
Well, my feelings. I just take out my frustration here.
Feelings. You don't have feelings. You've been around Phil McCracken too long, where you lost any human emotion.
No, I have feelings. I just take them out here. I take my frustrations out here. That's all.
Well,
I save it up. And waiting a whole freaking week to do it too killed me.
I love the fact also. I love the fact. I really do that you've had news organizations. This goes along with it too. Censor the comments. We don't want comments anymore. Entertainment Weekly recently got rid of the comments. Other websites. They get rid of the comments. We don't want to hear other people's opinions, and if we do, then we're going to censor you. How dare you say that? Yet you write this article, and you think because your writing is so great that people aren't going to criticize it. Actual constructive criticism. It's funny, man. All of it goes along the same line. Same with Amazon. We're going to shut down the comments of people that are being nasty about Rings of Power. Oh, I'm so sorry. Why even have it at all then? Give me a break. This stuff is retarded. It just is.
Well, yeah. They have fragile egos.
Man. It's stupid.
They hate to be told that the emperor's wearing no clothes. Zuckerberg's lizard vagina is irritated.
Facts is what they hate.
All right.
Yeah.
And if I'm saying something wrong, don't censor me. Challenge me. And tell me and give me reasons why I am wrong.
Tell me why my opinion is wrong. Tell me why my facts are wrong when they're actual facts. Tell me. I would like to know, please.
Yeah.
Please tell me why I'm a horrible person. Please tell me why I'm supposed to care about your opinion when all you want to do is attack and not actually have a real debate. Please tell me.
Without insulting, calling names, or any of that stuff. If you can't get through an argument without doing that,
nope,
you're an idiot.
Please. Nope. It's just, it's romper room all the time. It's romper room all the time.
Well, yeah, the inmates run the asylum. The kindergarten is now acting like they're seniors in high school.
Yes.
You know,
it's absolutely.
No, the nerds think they're jocks, and the jocks think they're nerds. I mean, it's a bizarre world. I mean,
it is. It is.
So, yeah, I honestly, really, other than these sycophants, I don't see this threads going anyplace. I think there's enough. Again, there's enough platforms out there. I think the ones that are going to go there are all of those celebrities that left in a little pissy hissy fit from Twitter and run over there. And then they're going to spew all their crap over there. And they're going to have their little sycophants that are going to follow over there.
Yes.
But it's not going to be taking people like me away. It's not going to take people like Cash away. It's not going to take people like Mike away.
No.
And we think, and what is our viewpoint on Twitter? It's a useful tool that we have to play with. We don't necessarily like it, but it's a useful tool for the things that we need to do, like get information out about the shows and various stuff like that. Other than that,
Not only that, we use it to
we have groups
get out there.
Yep.
Right.
Our friend group
connect with
that
people.
we have in Twitter and
network
places. Yeah.
Right.
You need to network, and it's important. And it's always funny to me. It's like, oh, they feel this way or they feel this way. I wouldn't talk to anybody about somebody who disagrees with me. No, that's silly. But that's how they act. And when you actually tell them the truth, they just run away or they call you names or they try to get you canceled or whatever.
Right.
It's really funny. And if you don't want to let yourself get canceled, then don't. But they will try. They will try very hard, especially if you say something that they really upsets them. Really funny.
Well,
debate.
Yeah, it's like playing chess against a pigeon.
Yep.
You know, you make your first move, then the pigeon goes out there, knocks all the pieces around, takes a shit on the board, and flies away, thinking it won. Right, and that's what it is. And you know what? Phil McCracken. Yeah, I forgot about that great sex scene between a man and a bear from The Great Outdoors.
Oh boy!
Oh God! and I know we had 2 more articles, but I don't know if I can get through those 2 articles. Every time Darren makes a reference to a bear,
man, sometimes
you know what?
It gives new meaning to hugging a bear. That's for sure. Like,
How about Huggy Bear?
I don't know if I can watch the remake of True Grit with Jeff Bridges when he and Haley Steinfeld's character get to a pathway and there's a guy that says, "Well, I got my bear skin."
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
And one thing about opinions, they're like assholes. Everyone's got them.
Right. And mine is loud.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, there we go. But it smells like roses. You know what we haven't played, I think, is Apapro. Hey, Hunyuk over at Variety.
Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
I mean, we couldn't go a show without using that.
I could actually see you doing that, Phil. I could see you suckering Huey into that Huey. Baby Huey.
Is he talking about our favorite orca?
Nope.
No.
About somebody else.
No.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Right.
Well, we'll talk about it backstage.
Where is our favorite orca, by the way? Orca boy, where are you, man?
He's probably busy doing something.
Well, we kept him up late last night talking about Babylon 5.
His head imploded. He couldn't handle it. It's like, too much information, man.
Come on, man.
Phil, what do you got to say? It's Babylon 5. It's good. I like it. There's nothing bad to say. It's all good.
We got to record
It's true. It's true, folks. Go to Everest Productions on YouTube and You'll
I'm
see
not
the
lying.
Capcom stream from last night.
Yeah,
It's really, it's just good. It's very good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but you're not saying like either. It's good.
So, if anybody does want to read the last two articles, they can. The last two articles was Capcom looking for new ideas for the Mega Man franchise, and also Sega pulling away from blockchain and play to earn gaming pursuit. So, if you want to read those are in the description down below. But for right now, Cash, go ahead and promote the Phantom Hooligans.
Well, the Hooligans, yes. So next week, I think there's going to be some secret games coming. And no, it's not going to be what you think it is, Phil, because I know how your mind starts spinning. But Mike and I, and maybe a few other people, there may be a certain game called, I don't know, Vermintide 2 next week, potentially.
Have you done both?
Sure. Yep.
Have you done Vulcan already? I must have missed it.
Well, the last game that we played, of course, together was Broforce. So
Broforce.
That was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's possible there may be a Vermintide 2 stream next week. I'm not going to say what day, what time, but there may be. And then I've been putting a lot of time into Far Cry 3. So once I'm finally finished with that, I gotta get on that train of that bolt gun. But I keep thinking in my head, is Baron right? Are these Marines weak? Is this a weak space Marine? He's not good enough, Captain. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, so right now, just the Phantom Hooligans is going to be gaming streams, unless we decide if we want to do a discussion with people, including other people in the community about Dial of Destiny. If not, maybe do a discussion stream coming up about when we all see Mission Impossible. Who knows?
Or just a chill stream.
Right?
Nothing wrong with a BS stream, yeah.
Nothing wrong with a chill stream.
Yeah.
It's been a while for the Phantom Hooligans, so yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Captain, thank you for being here, brother.
Yeah.
Really appreciate your support.
Yeah. Also, Spock's been talking about Assetto too and stuff. So. Yeah. Oh boy,
right.
There's Phil again starting his stuff.
Phil with his shenanigans. That's just Phil, folks.
How do I want to be? You behave yourself, man, or I'm taking your comics away, dude. I'm taking all your nice comics, especially your X-Men comics, dude. You got quite a nice collection.
Now, is that X-Men? Is that the ones where they were once men, now they're women?
That's right.
I lost my nards.
I cut them off.
They hang from my mirror in my car now.
We started off the rails, and we're ending off the rails.
We did.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Yeah, we're not done, because I want to hear what you have coming up on Baron Orman Tagge's Phantom Legacy.
There. I brought myself up too much on that one. I love the silence. I feel like Phil McCracken.
Oh God! Still during that Caddyshack 2 stream.
Oh my God!
I think I'm starting.
Here's the difference between you and Phil, though, Baron. You don't need Caddyshack 2 to start cackling like a maniac. Just talking about bears in a video game. Somebody put that bear out of its misery.
Oh my goodness!
Call animal control.
Call Animal control.
Help! Help! Something happened. My rear end is sore. I don't know why.
Get Ranger Smith.
Oh, hey, boo boo. Someone got in my picnic basket. I'm not talking about the one you eat out of.
I told you. Hey, boo boo. How you doing?
Boo boo.
Did you have fun with that tree?
Baron Orman Tagge.
You see that
He's
tree
one
over
crazy guy.
Oh, God.
See how we're mocking you, Wizards of the Coast, and everyone associated with that abomination?
Oh, my
God. Oh, God.
Look, the bear just needed some sun over by the tree and the other.
Pat a wannabe. We need Oh, jeez, man.
That's gonna be Baron's first stream back, the Bear Hour.
Yeah, Bear. Hey,
Bear Hour with Baron Orman Tagge.
Hey, have you ever snorted blow off of a bear's ass in a bathroom before? Yeah.
Hey, that bear had some claws, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You've ever had a bear claw before? You've never had a bear claw until you've experienced life with a bear.
Something about those nostrils, man, was just that little wink that bear did.
Hey, come on back into the back here. For $50, I'll give you a pair of claws, if you know what I mean. Oh.
but seriously, Baron, anything coming up?
No, I don't have anything planned right now, except for psychological help. That's. I think I need it. I think I was teetering on the brink. I think this pushed me over.
Baron, you can understand, I'm sure Mike can as well, that these companies, all the media sites, they just feed you material for hours and hours and hours. It's just like people are like, I don't know where jokes are. Just look at Variety. You just look at Entertainment Weekly. Look at all these other websites. They just feed you material all day long.
When they have the absurd, and they're treating it serious. But I suppose I should sit back and say, 5 o'clock today on 24/7 Fusion Media. If I'm survive this, and I'm gonna tell 24 about this too. You'll catch.
You sure you want to tell 24 about this? He might go.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
Really, Aaron? Why did you have to bring this up to me for?
Hey, brother. I mean, I love you, man, but what the fuck is wrong with you, brother? I want to know that.
Yep.
There's something fucking wrong with you, brother. I mean, honestly. That's 24 to me. But so catch the Primetime Kings of live stream with, of course, the Tower of Power himself, 24/7 Fusion Media, the ever mysterious Vigilante Williamson, cruising in on his hot rod. It will be a new bomb jerk of the Hollywood Knights and myself, and of course, I don't know if I still got a job after this. Catch me Wednesday. Pop Talk. And if I'm not there, I just want to leave these parting words.
Not you too. How am I supposed to follow this up?
Become the bear. Let the bear inside you out. Feel the bear. Oh, that didn't come out right.
Remember, it's Baxter all over again. He made friends with bears.
No. How am I supposed to read Paddington Bear now after all this? I just don't know.
Or the Berenstein Bears.
Or Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Oh, bother my honey pot.
3 bears, just goes on and on. You don't want to know where they hit. Never mind. I was about to say something about porridge, but I'm done.
Well, when you have a little blonde tart like that showing up in a house with 3 bears, things are going to happen.
I think she slept in the other beds, though. You know, she
Yeah.
didn't know about those bears.
Well, see, that's just it. I mean, those were euphemisms. You know, the dad's was too hard, the mom was too soft, and boy, did they break that baby one.
Wow.
Oh man, yes.
Wow.
That was just right, if you know what I mean.
Well, man, I don't even know if I want to stream tonight.
Oh man,
I don't think I can get through it without laughing.
Man,
Ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is I want to start a GoFundMe here. I want everyone to contribute money so we can buy Mike Baldur's Gate 3, and he's then having the force to play it on the air and stream it. Come on, let's do it, people.
No, don't listen to him, everyone. Don't listen to him. No, the last time I agreed to watch something that made me feel like I was watching a funeral was Rings of Power.
Hey, I'll tell you this,
and I only got through 3 episodes of that crap.
I'll tell you this, after what's happened now with Baldur's Gate 3, it definitely gives gummy bears and Care Bears a new definition.
And that's the sad thing is, I got a couple bags of gummy bears waiting for me after the show.
God.
I do. I love gummy bears. You know? Is that?
They're definitely going to bounce here, there, and everywhere.
I mean, is that what happens when the bear loses all his teeth? Hey, come on back. I'll give you a gummy bear if you know what I mean.
That's not the gummy bear you were thinking about.
No, it wasn't. No.
Nudge, nudge.
Say no more. Say no more.
Oh,
yeah.
Everybody, we're sorry. We're so very, very sorry. Not.
There's always jokes here on Pop Talk.
You know what? At least we have fun here on Pop Talk.
We do. With Brett Parody.
No. We're gonna watch the Primetime Kings, and they're still gonna be cackling like Phil McCracken.
God.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Tonight,
anyways, folks.
Yeah.
Tonight on PACIFIC414 on the YouTube channel, I will be resuming, and this is long overdue, but I will be resuming gameplay of Batman Arkham Asylum. This will be part 3 of that stream, so that's what I plan to do for at least a couple hours tonight.
Nice.
And then Tuesday, I will probably upload my Out of the Theater reaction to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Part 1.
Whoa!
And on Wednesday, I'm happy to say that we will have a guest on Wednesday's show.
Yes.
And yes, Baron. Yes. I'm just waiting to see what Baron does. I don't know if he...
I'm just going,
Our guest for Wednesday's show will be none other than Brandon, the anime guy, and I know we're going to get updates on how his channel's been doing, but also what animes we should be watching. So please tune in for that. And I don't really have anything planned for Thursday or Friday, Saturday, so just keep it posted to both the YouTube community page and also Twitter. I'll let you all know if I decide to do anything else for this week. And then, of course, next Sunday, our guest will be Ryan Roger Athe on Pop Talk. So looking forward to both those editions of Pop Talk with Brandon and Ryan. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Can we talk about bears with him?
I got a feeling you're going to bring it up at some point, Baron.
Oh, he will.
Baron. Baron.
I just got this. I got this article all set up for tonight. So
all right.
There it is. There it be.
Yeah.
24
Bears.
Oh, was that the Berenstein? Did they say Baron Steam Bears? I heard that.
Yeah, the Baron Steam Bears. Using your name, Baron.
Yeah, I see how it goes.
Very good.
I see how it is.
But I do want to thank everybody who watched, whether you watched on Rumble for the first time, for a live edition of Pop Talk for the first time on Rumble, or you were watching on Kick, or for our faithful followers on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and thank you all right now for joining us. Starting with superfan Adam Shawhan. It's good to see you, Adam. And of course, Kathy Skywalker. Captain Phantom Nerd was here.
Da, 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 da.
Jet Sparks 373 was here. The Joker's voice was here. Phil McCracken. He's not a Scottish therapist. He's just a troll on YouTube.
He's the devil.
Dempsey was here. Jason Fox of 540 Studios was here. Anonymous. Do, 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 do. Oh, wait, Anonymous. What am I doing? What am I doing that for?
I was wondering that.
Anonymous. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. I slipped, you know, a week not doing live streams, and I forgot what to do.
I think it was the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears, the Cubs, the Bulls.
And I also want to thank Maria with Tea and Telly for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. We also had the Padawannabe here. She's going to be suffering all right tonight. The long-suffering Mrs. Tagge is going to hear Baron go, I can't do it without laughing.
You can do it.
She has. She has. Doom, boom, 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 boom.
I also want to thank Spock's Friday Nights for being here. And Lorenzo Sleestack was here. Thank you, Lorenzo. We also have Wolf's Den. And Wolverine Snicket was here as well.
Some people were emphatic with the twos.
Yes, well, none of us want threats.
No.
Of course, we always want to make everyone feel special here, Anonymous. Anonymous.
Anonymous.
You are special, Anonymous. Very special.
So, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition, this unbearable edition of Pop Talk.
Very good. Yes.
Or maybe somebody found it bearable. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you like what you saw, whether you're watching on YouTube, Kick, or Rumble. Thank you very much. If you did, make sure to follow the channel on Kick or Rumble, or subscribe to the channel over on YouTube. Thank you all so very much.
Hey,
yes,
Rumble.
Baron, yes.
Hey, Rumble, what do you think so far? This is the first one, huh? It only gets better.
Oh, yes. Should I let everybody know now?
Well, if you want to.
All right. Well, the plan is for the first 2 hours of Pop Talk to be on the YouTube channel as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third hour will be exclusive to Rumble.
Yeah.
I have unofficially called it to Pop Talk Uncensored.
Yep.
So let me go ahead and get folks the link to Rumble.
Rumble. We're going to be talking about seals next.
Oh, boy.
Listen, I don't know what you're going to be talking about, Baron, but I'm going to be talking about pop culture news and anime with Brandon on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, anime gets pretty weird, too.
It can.
Yeah, those tentacles, I tell you what.
Oh, boy.
So there you go. That's where you can follow me over on Rumble. I'll go ahead and include it over on the Kick side as well.
Yeah, you kickers.
And
is that what they call them?
I don't know, Baron. I don't know if they have a nickname.
I thought you would know this stuff.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Baron. I apologize. I really do.
Wow.
Wow.
I know. I know.
It gets me right in the heart. Yeah, right there. It does. Oh.
Yeah. But everybody, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Again, if you liked what you saw, consider giving a subscribe or follow. And please follow Baron and Cash over on their respective channels. And until then, remember, I'm not just a baseball guy. I'm an all-around guy. Take care, everyone.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Here's your bear trap.
It was definitely bearable.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, why isn't Baron driving it? He loves driving it. Hey.
Broken. Gotta wind him up.
Come on, Baron. Well, let's go, man.